Good evening, everyone. This is Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges. We're live from Rotary Field in Pecos, Texas, and the Fort Stockton Panthers getting ready for a big rivalry game tonight against the Pecos Eagles on the road. And we've got partly cloudy skies this afternoon. It is very warm here in Pecos for this time of the year. And we got a really stiff wind coming out of the east tonight. Kind of it's mostly directly from the east, and I didn't expect it to be quite this breezy tonight, Darren, but it really is very windy.
Hot. It's not slightly warm. It's hot and windy, and it's too hot.
Well, it is, but we've got a really nice press box to be in tonight. The Pecos campus, the high school campus, and their elementary campuses, everything is under construction. They're building everything new here in Pecos. I think I was talking to Coach Peters last night. They passed a $1.2 billion bond already, and that's what's fueling this construction. And I think they're going to put another $600 million bond on the ballot very soon. So, a lot of money being spent here in Pecos, and they've got a $60 billion county valuation here in Pecos. That's what is really giving them a lot of money for this construction.
Going to build the whole town 3 miles west of here, and there's a lot going on. I mean, you can't look anywhere without seeing a crane or anyway. There's a lot, but this is a beautiful press box,
really
nice field. Now the visitors' bleachers are not impressive.
It's close to being $1 million press box, but it is really nice. But Darren, both of these teams come into this game at 1-1 tonight. Pecos winning over Snyder in double overtime, and then losing to Levelland. The Fort Stockton Panthers losing to Lakeview in our first game, and then coming back with a big win over Alpine last week.
Well, they did. I mean, we were surprised when they beat Snyder in double overtime, and that looked like a pretty big win, but then they were upset by Levelland. That surprised me. So I'm not sure what to expect, except they're going to play really hard tonight.
Okay, we are going to be back after Coach's Corner with our pregame show, but now let's tune in for Coach's Corner with myself and Panther head coach DJ Howell.
It's time for Coach's Corner with KFST's Ken Ripley and head coach and athletic director of the Fort Stockton Panthers, DJ Howell. Coach's Corner is brought to you by Spring Branch Waterwell Service, Cassandra's Flowers and More, La Rosita Cafe, and by West Texas Portraits. Join us now for Coach's Corner.
Hello, everyone. This is Ken Ripley with KFST, and we're here with Panther head coach and athletic director DJ Howell for Coach's Corner today. And, Coach, first, let's talk about last week's big game against Alpine, a 59-16 win. What was your overall reaction to that ball game?
I thought it was a good response to some early season adversity. We came back out after, a rough outing on week one, addressed some of the things that we needed to address, got some guys healthy and got them back. And, we just kind of attacked the week of practice last week, got ourselves ready to play for Friday night, and then we came out, executed at a pretty good level, and just had a lot of energy throughout the ball game. So I was very happy about that.
Yeah, it was a great game. We had quite a start that benefited the Panthers. Just wondered if you've ever seen a game kind of start like that in the favor of your team.
I have. I've been a part of some of those things, and the real tip of the cap is to the players. They came out. We gave them the game plan that we were going to be very aggressive last week. We felt like we didn't do a good enough a job of that week one. We came out. We were able to take advantage of some things. We got after them defensively, and then offensively we took a couple shots down the field, which we felt like was missing week one. And when you do that and you get a lead, then you can kind of play from ahead, and then things kind of snowball for you. And very positive, but that was exactly what we were looking for last week.
Yeah, it was a great start. So, Coach, offense put up 59 points, 8 touchdowns, and a field goal. So were you pleased with that production?
Absolutely. One of the big things that I would say coming out of the game when we watched film, if we didn't have a couple of design quarterback runs for Jerry, I don't think he'd have been touched all evening. Great pass protection by the offensive line, and then they did a really good job in the run game. And then, like I said, with that pass protection, Jerry was able to throw the football, make good decisions with the ball. Receivers caught the ball well. And so, just all the way around offensively, we were able to execute and do the things that we wanted to do and felt like we're going to be there.
Yeah, Coach, Jerry Diaz had an incredible game, very high completion rate, and ran when he needed to, but not much. I mean, and it was really perfect because he had been kind of injured the previous week. You didn't want to probably get him hit too much, and he wasn't. So it was a great game for him. How do you feel he performed?
Excellent. Like you said, I think his completion percentage was like 82%, which, on air and in practice, that's a pretty good rate. And so to go out there, regardless of competition or anything, when you're seeing a defense and you're having to respond to that, to complete 8 out of 10 balls, that's a really good clip, and you can be successful like that. So really great job of pass protection, great job of Jerry making decisions and throws, and great job of the receivers doing their job catching the ball and making plays.
Okay, Coach, now let's talk about our defensive performance. They also did a good job on Friday.
Very much so. Felt like that, going in, we were going to try to get after their quarterback a little bit. He was a very athletic guy. We needed to set some edges, try to keep him in the pocket as best as we could. And we did that for the most part. There was a couple of times he got loose on us, gave up a slot fade on another deal. But, one of the things that we said coming out of week one is that we didn't feel like we were aggressive enough defensively, creating some of the negative plays that we wanted to see. And so, we did some things last week, bringing pressures and different things. And so when you do that, every once in a while you're going to miss a tackle and they're going to get a big run. Every once in a while they're going to take a shot over the top, and you got to be able to live with those things. And as long as you're also creating the negative plays for the offenses, that you're getting the sacks, turnovers, and different things. And we did a really good job of that, and thought we were very physical, from top to bottom with our defense.
All right, and what do you think about our special teams performance?
It was, we won that element of the ball game as well. Diego came out, made a field goal, made all of our extra points like that. We didn't have to line up and punt, and so that was a good thing. And then punt return, probably a couple of things we could clear up there on field and a couple balls. But all in all, won that phase of the ball game, and so felt pretty good about that as well.
All right. What would you say are the main areas where we need to improve coming into this game this week?
I think communication, we got to make sure that when we're getting lined up defensively that we communicate what we're supposed to be in, what we're expecting to see out of the offense, and getting our eyes right. So those are real things that are very much pre-snap kind of stuff, and it's very much in your control. And so that was a point of emphasis this week. And so the other thing is when we get locked up in man-to-man coverage, we got to be able to use our hands, be physical, and reroute some routes. A couple times last week we didn't do that, so we're looking to clean that up a little bit.
All right, Coach, what about would you say the most outstanding players for us in the Alpine game? We've mentioned Jerry quite a bit, but some other players did a great job too.
Yeah, I think you've got to start with the quarterback spot. I mean, when he was out there doing a really good job distributing the ball, that's a big part of it. In making routine plays look routine where, if the snap's not perfect, he's able to go scoop it up and make sure the play gets executed, knowing where people are supposed to be aligned. And so he does a lot of those things that, maybe goes under the radar, but that's what really good quarterbacks do. So obviously I think you start with Jerry, but Nick Almendarez, he had a great game running the football. The offensive line from top to bottom, all 5 of those guys, or 6 guys really, we rotated about 6 guys in. They all went in, whether you're talking about Jose, Andrew, JJ, you're talking about Israel, you're talking about Roy. All those guys came in and did a really nice job for us and set the tone. Then on the defensive side of the ball, I thought Adrian, Fabian, Alon, he had another really good night. And so it was just a really good team effort, but a lot of guys doing a good job the other night.
All right, we'll take a break here on Coach's Corner. We'll be back in just a moment.
Spring Branch Water Well Service offers complete sales and service of windmills, pumps, pressure tanks, water storage tanks, poly pipe, and offers generator rentals as well as testing and plugging. They're equipped with a well camera and will work at residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and oil field locations. They're located at 2905 West 9th Street. For great customer service, call day or night at 336-7867. That's 336-PUMP.
La Rosita Cafe invites everyone into their quaint restaurant for delicious Mexican food plates. Open Tuesday through Sunday from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. They have a fabulous and varied selection on the menu, and you'll love the taste of real Mexican food and the reasonable prices and great service. They also offer daily specials. La Rosita Cafe is located at 800 North Williams behind the former bus station. They also feature a drive-through window. Call for orders to go 336-0099. Cassandra's Flowers and More is located at 803 West Dickinson next to Citibank, and they offer beautiful floral arrangements for every special occasion in your life. They also feature personalized baskets made to order, green and blooming plants, balloons, and of course roses, and feature the best prices in town. Call Cassandra's Flowers and More to place your order 336-8809. Cassandra's Flowers and More, 803 West Dickinson. West Texas Portraits in Fort Stockton is your professional full-time photography studio supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. They can take all your personal sports photographs, family portraits, senior pictures, and other special photos you need. Call them today for an appointment and bring your children or entire family in for some great pictures that will be treasures for a lifetime. Go by 417 North Main or call West Texas Portraits at 432-336-9945.
All right, we're back here on Coach's Corner with Panther head coach DJ Howell. Coach, let's talk about this week's opponent now, the Pecos Eagles. What do you know about this ball club?
You know, very good football club. Big up front. They do a really good job of running the football. That's what they like to do. However, they also can jump into some sets and try to spread the ball out on the edge. I think they're doing a really good job coaching over there. And so, you know, and then on the defensive side of the ball, they're physical and they're going to challenge you. And so, you know, I think they're a good football club that we're going to have to be ready to play on Friday.
Well, Coach, this is a team that's 1-1. They had a double overtime win over Snyder, I think, and then a 20-point loss to Levelland. So what do you think about the way they've played so far?
Well, I think the Levelland game was a little closer than what the score indicates. They turned the ball over inside the red zone one time, which kind of takes one of their scores away. And then I'm sure that they probably look at one or two plays in that ball game where, you know, you're talking about a game that could have went either way at that point. Then the Snyder game, once again, you know, when you flip on the film, they're very physical on the offensive side of the ball. They run a lot of power and counter, and they're gonna say, hey, you know, we're in a phone booth, and you know, let's go play in a phone booth where it's really physical and in tight quarters. And so, you know, we've got to be prepared for that. And then, like I said as well, you got to be able to respect the guys they have out there on the edge, and we're gonna have to do a good job tackling in space.
Well, Coach, last year we had a pretty decisive win over Pecos. You know, on paper, this looks like a close game to anybody, I think, looking at the ball game. What do you think this year?
You know, I think they're vastly improved from what they were last year. They've changed some things offensively with their new staff, especially. I think that there are some things that they do now that they feel like makes them more physical, tougher. They've really put an emphasis on establishing the run. And so I think they've done a really nice job over there as a coaching staff. And so I think that we go into this football game, one, there's a familiarity between the players. Obviously, you know, there's a rivalry thing to this, and so we've got to expect that we're going to get their best shot come Friday night, and we've got to match that intensity. And, you know, like I said, I think they're better than they were at this time last year.
All right, Coach, what kind of offense and defense are we going to see from the Eagles?
You know, they're going to give you some two-back looks where they have an H-back, and then they're also going to get in sometimes in goal line or in short yardage situations, get in the wishbone a little bit, which it changes your rules, and you got to be very fundamentally sound to stop some of that stuff. And then at the same time, they can jump out there and go 5 wide and empty the backfield out. And so they're they're varied in what they're doing, but at the same time, there's some things that they're trying to establish that where there's a common thread of these are their core principles of what they believe in. And so they do a really good job of sticking with the things that they believe in, but having enough wrinkles to kind of challenge you defensively.
Okay, who are the players we need to watch for Pecos?
Their quarterback, he's going to be the guy that starts things, and then they got a running back number 4 and number 6. Those guys are in the backfield quite a bit. Then they'll get into a heavier package where 16's at quarterback, and and then they bring in 44. That's a bigger size backfield, and do some special things with that. And then they've got a guy that transferred over from Iran that he's a faster guy that they're going to try to get out on the edge and try to, get some one-on-one stuff with him. So those are the guys you kind of got to identify where they're at on the field and understand what they're trying to do with those guys.
Okay, and how would you compare talent level, strength, and size of Pecos with the Panthers?
I think that up front they might be a little bit bigger than we are, but I think from an athletic standpoint that, we're fast and we're going to be able to do some things because of our athletic ability, so we may have an advantage there. But all in all, if you're looking at the two rosters, there's a lot of comparables there. So we need to make sure that we're the more disciplined team and that we execute our assignments at a high level.
All right, Coach, and I guess Coach Payanis is a first-year head coach at Pecos. Is that right?
That is my understanding, yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll be looking forward to the big matchup this Friday night. We'll take a break here on Coach's Corner. We'll be back in just a moment.
Cassandra's Flowers & More is located at 803 West Dickinson next to Citibank, and they offer beautiful floral arrangements for every special occasion in your life. They also feature personalized baskets made to order, green and blooming plants, balloons, and of course roses, and feature the best prices in town. Call Cassandra's Flowers & More to place your order, 336-8809. Cassandra's Flowers & More, 803 West Dickinson. West Texas Portraits in Fort Stockton is your professional full-time photography studio supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. They can take all your personal sports photographs, family portraits, senior pictures, and other special photos you need. Call them today for an appointment and bring your children or entire family in for some great pictures that will be treasures for a lifetime. Go by 417 North Main or call West Texas Portraits at 432-336-9945. La Rosita Cafe invites everyone into their quaint restaurant for delicious Mexican food plates. Open Tuesday through Sunday from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. They have a fabulous and varied selection on the menu, and you'll love the taste of real Mexican food and the reasonable prices and great service. They also offer daily specials. La Rosita Cafe is located at 800 North Williams behind the former bus station. They also feature a drive-through window. Call for orders to go 336-0099.
Spring Branch Water Well Service offers complete sales and service of windmills, pumps, pressure tanks, water storage tanks, poly pipe, and offers generator rentals as well as testing and plugging. They're equipped with a well camera and will work at residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and oil field locations. They're located at 2905 West 9th Street. For great customer service, call day or night at 336-7867. That's 336-PUMP.
All right, we're back here on Coach's Corner with Panther head coach DJ Howell. Coach, what are the keys to getting a win in this ball game?
Well, I do think that with it being with a rivalry, you have to have an urgency how you practice during the week. You have to come out there with a great deal of enthusiasm to play the game. But then at a certain point, once you kick the ball game off, it's about being able to control those emotions and channel it and making sure that you don't get caught up in some of the other things. A lot of times what will happen with a young football team is that you get emotionally really high for the football game, and then instead of reading your key or just focusing on what my job is on this play, your eyes go everywhere. You're kind of all over the place. You're too high. Somebody makes a play, and then, next thing you know, you're kind of emotionally, reeling from it. we got to understand going into this ball game, they're going to make some plays, and their fans are going to get very fired up about it. And every time they get 2 yards, their fans are going to act like that, they just scored a touchdown, and they're going to be fired up about it. What we've got to do is control our emotions there, huddle back up, get ready to play the next play. And if we string good play after good play and just be fundamentally sound, I think that there's a point in the game where you start imposing your will. And so that's been the message to this football team this week, is that make sure that we're emotionally ready to play, that we want to play this game more than they do. But once we get into the ball game, let's focus on what our job is.
All right, Coach, it sounds like you've got a lot to prepare for with, a 2-back set, the spread, and the wishbone. So how do you plan to contain this Pecos offense?
Well, there's a lot of film work that goes into that. And so to be able to defend some of those things, there's things that we've seen on film that we feel like give us some keys that are going to dictate some of the looks that we're going to give them. There's some certain things that we see by formation or personnel that may indicate to us we're going to get certain things. And then if you do that, get aligned to it, then you can go play faster to it. And so a lot of this week has been about identifying formations and identifying where players are in certain spots, the use of the hashes on where the wide side of the field and boundary is. Those things are going to be very important throughout the game to make sure we can try to get some extra hats in the areas we think we need them.
All right, Coach, offensively, are we looking at a similar game plan to last week?
Yeah, I think that, they're going to give you a forefront a lot of times, and then a too high look in the secondary. So, those certain things, there's holes in zones, and every zone defense that you get, there's going to be some holes and some things. And then it gets down to, do you execute that better than how they execute their defense? So there's going to be a little bit of that, but I would expect us to be aggressive. To quote Mike Leach, we're going to swing our sword. We're going to go out there and not just focusing on this game, but where we're trying to go at in the future. I just feel like for us to be the kind of team that we want to be in the future, sometimes you have to live with the negative to get the good. And so we have to swing our sword and be aggressive. If we make a mistake on some of those things, then we got to be able to rebound from that, play some good defense, get the ball back for our offense, and give them another shot. Because if we do that and we execute where we're completing 80% of our balls and we're catching the football, people have to start lightening the box, and then you have a better chance to run the football. Sure. If you don't do that, then what happens is you're going to get these loaded boxes, and either you're going to be so physically gifted that you can, even if they've got a numerical advantage, you still are able to run the football. That's very few teams can really do that. Most teams are going to have to get favorable boxes. When you do that, you run the football, and then when you don't, you got to take advantage of what you're given in the passing game. If you can do both of those things, then you become surgical, and you can say, death by 1,000 paper cuts. You want to take the run away, we're going to throw the football. You want to crowd us, we can throw it over the top. And if you don't, and if you don't honor the run, then we're going to run the football and be physical.
All right, Coach, how's our injury situation now?
Pretty good. We did get some bad news with Bubba. They do believe that, he's going to be out and with his knee. And so it was a significant injury. And so that's a little disappointing. Well, it's a lot disappointing. Really good kid, good family. And so our prayers are with him. But other than that, we came out of the game healthy, knock on wood. And, we just, our trainer, Michael Poulos, he does a great job with our kids. They're in there getting treatments before practice. In the morning, they're getting treatment after practice. He's monitoring things. We have a great line of communication between me and him. And I just go back to, once again, the school district and the community made a commitment with all the things we have in our training room, and it's allowed us to keep our guys pretty healthy.
All right, Coach, how about the attitude and leadership on this Panther football team right now?
It's been really good. I think there's a lot of people that don't understand how a football team it's like a living thing. And so as you're going through a season, you're not staying the same. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. And one of my jobs is one of my big jobs is to continuously pushing this football team to try to be better. Because, like I said, you're either getting worse or you're getting better. There's no staying the same. And these guys have allowed me to coach them. I coach them hard. There's a demand of an expectation that we're going to practice and play at a certain standard. And when you do that, that's not always nice, and it's difficult. And so our players have done a good job of getting comfortable being uncomfortable. And to quote, Nick Saban, it takes what it takes. And so these guys have shown great leadership. They're starting to develop that. Mm-hmm. When I say they showed great leadership, this is a young football team. So it's been a learning process for them. And so I'm grading them a little bit on a curve. I've had older teams that maybe have come to some of this stuff a little easier, more naturally. But these guys are very interested in being a good football club. They're interested in doing the things that they're supposed to do to be successful. It's been my job to help them get there, and they're showing some of those things. And so work in progress, because we're never going to fully be there, but we're making the strides week in and week out to be better at all those phases.
All right, Coach, it's a big rivalry game, both for Pecos and for Fort Stockton. So it's going to be an important game to our boys.
Absolutely. I think, having been a part of a bunch of rivalry games, whether I've played in them or coached in them, the familiarity always brings contempt. I mean, it just breeds contempt. I mean, when you know people and you've played them and, every once in a while maybe you dated somebody from that town and their boyfriend or ex-boyfriend plays on the team, and you get all those kind of things. Family members know each other and stuff. And so a lot of it is just the good-natured part of these games, but that's what makes it exciting and special. You see these people, you want to be able to have those bragging rights for 365. And so my experience with these rivalry games is twofold. One, you got to want to play that game more than they do. And people say, well, how do you do that? It's the urgency, it's the focus that you have during the week, and say, I can't wait to play on Friday. Then the second part about that is once you get to the game, a lot of that stuff becomes counterproductive for you. You can get overhyped, you can get overamped and different things, and you overreact to what the situation is. Once you kick the ball off, it's about now executing your job and staying in that moment and doing those things. And, that's a big key to winning those ball games. You use that energy and eagerness and urgency during the week because it makes you practice at a higher level. And then when you get to Friday, it's almost like now you got to settle down and just do your job.
And do it on every play, right?
Absolutely. The consistency.
Yes. Well, so, Coach, I know you want to invite everybody to make that rather short trip over to Pecos. It's a nice stadium now. I think there's going to be a little bit of parking issues because of all the construction, but it's going to be a short trip, and I know you want to invite all the Panther fans to come over and support our boys.
Absolutely. They do have a trouble with on-site parking, and so we sent out some information through different social medias about where they can park and stuff. But if you get there early, you'll be able to do that. You have to buy a ticket online. There's links out there to be able to do that. And then they're cashless at their concession stand, so I want to make sure that people know that. But
also, Coach, I think they're going to have a shuttle service to shuttle some people from where they park to the game.
That is correct. And I'm not real sure how far apart the shuttle comes, but there's some information online that can kind of clear some of that up. But what I will say is this, this is a personal football game for a lot of people. There's a lot of, coaches that were here that are now over in Pecos and in different things. And so the people of Fort Stockton, they need to show up, be loud, be supportive, and make sure that people understand that we're going to travel. Make sure the boys understand that we're going to support them and travel, and we can do it in a classy, sportsmanlike way. But we need to be loud, and we need to be supportive, and our boys need to play with an edge, and we need to go out there and be physical.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight against Pecos.
Thank you very much.
That's going to wrap it up for Coach's Corner, and I'm Ken Ripley for KFST.
You have been listening to Coach's Corner with KFST's Ken Ripley and head coach and athletic director of the Fort Stockton Panthers, DJ Howell. Coach's Corner is brought to you this season by Spring Branch Water Well Service, Cassandra's Flowers and More, La Rosita Cafe, and by West Texas Portraits. Thank you for joining us for Coach's Corner. It's time for the pregame show, brought to you by Bayou Terraza, Miller Meat Company, Edward Jones Investments, and by Fort Stockton Body Shop. Let's join Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges now for the pregame show.
All right, we're back, and we're here in Pecos tonight live. Darren Hodges and Ken Ripley, and also Sam Warren on camera. And we are on KFST, AM 860, KFST 94.3 FM, and also on our KFST website, kfstradio.com, and on our YouTube page with video tonight. Got a big game tonight, and like Coach Howell said a moment ago, it is quite personal to a lot of these coaches and certainly the players and fans.
Well, it is. I mean, we've got, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 coaches and staff from Fort Stockton at least here at the game tonight working for the Pecos School District, and I think it's a really big game for Pecos.
All right, so we are in Pecos with a lot of construction going on, so the parking is limited, but we got a big crowd from Fort Stockton tonight. It's now 91 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and relative humidity about 31%, but the main factor is this really stiff wind out of the east, 20 to 30 miles per hour tonight. That's really a lot of wind.
Well, it is. I thought you had a lot of hot air, but this is even more.
All right, so we're about ready to get this one underway. Darren and I have your starters for tonight's game. We'll be back in just a moment.
One of Fort Stockton's greatest treasures is Bella Terraza in downtown Fort Stockton, the fabulous gift and home decor store. Amy makes frequent trips to the market and brings back many special, unique items that would be a great addition to any home. For glassware, pottery, western items, unique home furnishing, kitchen items, pictures, mirrors, and much more. Shop Bella Terraza today with great prices to please West Texas. Come and visit Bella Terraza today in downtown Fort Stockton at 116 North Main.
Miller Meat Company of Fort Stockton simply has the best quality meats in West Texas, and they have many great products made with their premier meats they want you to know about. How about a tomahawk steak, 2 to 3 inches thick and delicious, shrimp kebabs, jalapeno poppers, fajita pinwheels, seasoned beef fajita mix, and sirloin steaks, plus 7-bone thin-cut steaks, cross-cut ribs, Cajun stuffed chicken, and much more, including their own in-house hamburger patties. Call in your order for pickup, 432-336-2979.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started towards your retirement goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Sal Salazar can help. For all your investment needs, call 336-3611. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you need expert auto body repair, see the guys who've been in the business for many years at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck. They offer auto body repair from minor fender benders to repairing your vehicle after a more serious accident. They'll repair and paint like new along with replacement parts needed, and your vehicle will be working like new again. They also offer auto glass repair and replacement and window tinting. Free estimates also available. That's Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck.
All right, we're back here on the pregame show, and we've got the starters. Darren Hodges is going to start with the Fort Stockton offensive starters tonight.
All right, we've got at tailback a senior, number 0, Nick Almendarz, 5'8", 170 pounds. We've got at wide receiver, number 6, Cedric Lopez, 5'9", 145-pound senior. At receiver, number 7, Landon Rivas, a 5'7", 160-pound senior. At receiver, number 10, Angel Lujan, a 5'9", 142-pound junior. At quarterback, number 11, Jerry Diaz. He's a 5'9", 210-pound senior. At receiver, number 21, Jaden Sotelo, a 5'7", 151-pound senior. At wide receiver, number 23, Nicky Sotelo, a 5'7", 160-pound sophomore. We've got at left tackle, Number 55, Roy Marcus. He's a 5'9", 201-pound junior. Right guard, senior. Number 56, Jose Baiza, 5'9", 218 pounds. Left guard, number 60, Israel Tesoro, 5'10", 220-pound senior. At right tackle, number 72, J.J. Montoya, 6'2", 282-pound junior. And at center, number 75, Cy Rojas, a 6'2", 217-pound senior.
All right, now let's take a look at the Pecos defense. At defensive end, Juan Ornelas. And by the way, we don't have classifications on our program. Juan Ornelas at defensive end, Noah Fernandez at cornerback, Mateo Fernandez at cornerback, Kai Salgado at strong safety. Jordan Morales is their free safety. He's also their punter. The inside linebacker, Omar Salgado. Defensive end, Seth Maledon. And outside linebacker, Joshua Carbajal. Their kicker is Braulio Grado. And the nose guard is Zaide Hinojos. Defensive tackle, Nico Johnson. And the inside linebacker is Roman Galindo. Those are the defensive starters, and the offense for the Panthers. Will be back with the rest right after these words.
Miller Meat Company of Fort Stockton simply has the best quality meats in West Texas, and they have many great products made with their premier meats they want you to know about. How about a tomahawk steak, 2 to 3 inches thick and delicious, shrimp kebabs, jalapeno poppers, fajita pinwheels, seasoned beef fajita mix, and sirloin steaks, plus 7-bone thin-cut steaks, cross-cut ribs, Cajun stuffed chicken, and much more, including their own in-house hamburger patties. Call in your order for pickup, 432-336-2979.
When you need expert auto body repair, see the guys who've been in the business for many years at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck. They offer auto body repair from minor fender benders to repairing your vehicle after a more serious accident. They'll repair and paint like new along with replacement parts needed, and your vehicle will be working like new again. They also offer auto glass repair and replacement and window tinting. Free estimates also available at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started towards your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisor Sal Salazar can help. For all your investment needs, call 336-3611. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
One of Fort Stockton's greatest treasures is Bella Terraza in downtown Fort Stockton, the fabulous gift and home decor store. Amy makes frequent trips to the market and brings back many special unique items that would be a great addition to any home. For glassware, pottery, western items, unique home furnishing, kitchen items, pictures, mirrors, and much more. Shop Bella Terraza today with great prices to please West Texas. Come and visit Bella Terraza today in downtown Fort Stockton at 116 North Main.
All right, we're back. I'm going to take a look at the offensive starters now for the Pecos Eagles. Then Darren will get to our defense. Wide receiver for Pecos, it's Alaric Dominguez at wide receiver. Halfback is Juan Ornelas. Quarterback is Avery Garcia. Running back, Hayden Martinez. Wide receiver, Eli Ramirez. Receiver, Adrian Mendoza. The right guard, Axel Montoya. Left guard is Keanu Lyra. Center is Julian Mendoza. The left tackle is Matthew Chavarria. And the right tackle, Carlos Campos. So those are the defensive starters for the Pecos Eagles. Darren's got the offense now for the Panthers.
No, the defense for the Panthers.
Oh, is it the defense?
Yeah,
yes,
let's
of
do
course.
it.
Yeah.
At free safety, number 2, Jordan Olvero, a 5'2", 140-pound senior. We've got at outside linebacker, number 4, Fabian Ramirez, a 5'7", 160-pound senior. We've got at inside linebacker, number 8, Alan Leyva, a 5'11", 180-pound senior. Cornerback, number 9, Diego Ramos, a 5'8", 165-pound senior, and also a very good kicker. He's our kicker, has done a great job. At outside linebacker, number 15, Angel Mendoza, a 5'7", 165-pound senior. At middle linebacker, number 20, Adrian Ramirez, a 5'6", 170-pound senior. At cornerback, number 21, Jaden Sotelo, a 5'7", 151-pound senior. At strong safety, number 23, Nikki Sotelo, a 5'7", 160-pound sophomore. Defensive end, number 55, Roy Marcus, a 5'9", 201-pound junior. At defensive end, number 60, Israel Tosero, a 5'10", 220-pound senior. At nose guard, number 64, Daniel Pettis, a 5'6", 201-pound senior. And that will be our starters on defense.
All right, the Panthers have won the toss. We have deferred, and we will be kicking to Pecos, and we'll be defending the south goal. All right, so we'll be back in just a moment. We've got the start of Panther football coming up after these words.
You have been listening to the Pregame Show with Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges. The Pregame Show has been brought to you by Baya Terraza, Miller Meat Company, Edward Jones Investments, and by Fort Stockton Body Shop. Stay tuned for the Fort Stockton Panther Kickoff.
It's time now for Fort Stockton High School Panther football on KFST, AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and KFST's YouTube page. Panther football is being brought to you by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Casilla Ledesma State Farm, The Steakhouse Restaurant, The First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance Agency, Hernandez Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place and Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Panther football also brought to you by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture Appliance, and by BBT. Now stay tuned for Panther football.
And we're back at Rotary Field in Pecos, Texas tonight. A beautiful stadium, beautiful press box, and we're ready to get this one underway. We've got a big wind out of the east tonight at probably 20 to 30 miles per hour. It doesn't show any signs of calming down. It's about 91 degrees and a very hot afternoon in Pecos. It's been hotter here all day than it has been in Fort Stockton.
Yeah, we should have played it in Fort Stockton.
All right, we've got the kickoff coming up. Back in a moment.
Hey Panther fans, this is Rudy Franco with Amistad Motors, inviting you to come out and take a look at our pre-owned inventory. We have a good selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. We have several certified pre-owned units that come with an extended warranty. So if you are in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, drive on over to 2110 West Dickinson or give us a call at 336-9000. Amistad Motors, friends serving friends. Go Blue!
The trusted name in Fort Stockton and the surrounding area for construction projects of all kinds is Jones Leasing Incorporated, owned and operated by Ross Jones since 1994 for construction jobs, including remodeling projects and roofing, including hail damage, maintenance and repair, painting, and much more. It's Jones Leasing, a fully insured local company with offices at the Hodges Building in Fort Stockton across from City Hall. Call Ross Jones today for a free estimate at 432-290-7171.
Do you know where you can get a great lunch special for a very affordable price? At Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, of course. Their lunch special is served Monday through Friday during lunchtime. Monday is the grilled chicken salad. Tuesday is the taco plate. Wednesday it's Bienvenidos nachos. Thursday it's the hamburger basket. And Friday it's the enchilada plate. You can come by Monday through Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. for a delicious Mexican-style breakfast. Bienvenidos open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 405 West Dickinson.
This is Dakota Livesay for the Pecos County State Bank. As with anything valuable, trust is earned. The Pecos County State Bank has been earning trust in West Texas for over 85 years. Trust is a cornerstone of our business. You trust us with your money, your personal business, and your life. We live up to that trust every day. At the Pecos County State Bank, you will find reliability, honesty, and safety. You will find trust. The Pecos County State Bank, all the bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, finances, insurance? Then let State Farm Automobile Insurance Company help you simplify and get to a better state. Because I, Kessie Ledesma, your local State Farm agent, can handle your auto, home, and life insurance, so you'll have more time for everything else. Call me today at 432-336-8575 and get to a better state with State Farm.
All right, Darren, I don't know about the wind tonight, if it's going to benefit a team traveling in one direction or the other. It looks like it's coming pretty much straight across the field from the east, so I don't think there will be too much advantage, to either team tonight.
Well, they don't throw the ball, I don't think. So
Not
I
much.
think it'll hurt us a little bit more than Pecos.
Well, Diego Ramos will be kicking off for the Fort Stockton Panthers tonight. To the Pecos Eagles, we won the toss, and we deferred to the second half. Now, Pecos will have one man deep in return position at the 5-yard line, two other players to return at the 10-yard line. And the ball has already fallen off the tee once, so we'll see if Diego can get a kick away this time.
Blew all the way to the 20.
All right, here's Diego, and he will be kicking it off for the Panthers. He will angle that one toward the left side of the field, taken at about the 8-yard line, and Pecos is stopped at the 22-yard line, about a 14-yard return there for the Pecos Eagles, and they will set it up inside the 25 at about the 22.
Yeah, I guess the wind's blowing across, so
yeah,
I think I would want to be on the west hash, throwing it to the east.
Well, they mark it at the 23-yard line, so about a 15-yard return from where they mark it. Gave a pretty good spot there to the return man. All right, it is 1st and 10 for the Pecos Eagles on their first drive of the ball game. From the 23-yard line, probably will be a lot of emotion in this game, but I hope the players keep that under control tonight, and I'm sure they will. 1st and 10 for the Eagles, and they will have the quarterback with the running back to his right and the slot running back. That's what they call the halfback over on the right side. And just talking to Coach Howell, there's some pretty good indicators of what will happen when that slot man is lined up on the right side, and the Panthers have been coached well on that.
Well, I don't know. The officials are talking about something maybe over towards the end zone. I'm not sure. They keep pointing off in one direction. That's why the delay is.
Yeah, the officials have stopped play. We're about to get this one underway with the first possession for Pecos.
Maybe the clock's not working.
Their halfback is Juan Ornelas.
That's what it is. I don't think the play clock in the other end zone is not working.
That is correct, yeah. The play clock appears to be working on the north side, but the south play clock does not appear to be illuminated.
Well, I'd probably gone ahead and spend an extra $20 and got another one. while you're out building this aquarium and rocket ship and all this other.
Their quarterback is Avery Garcia, and he is number 11. Their numbers are a bit hard to see. The running back is Hayden Martinez, number 12, and again their halfback Juan Ornelas. They've got 3 wide receivers to start this play. We've had plenty of time to analyze this formation, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we didn't have him on our program, but number 63 is starting on the defensive line for Fort Stockton. I've been told by Gerardo Diaz that this is Carl Rojero.
Okay, Carl Rojero
is number 63, and he is that defensive tackle, it looks like.
Yep, that is correct. So he was a starter we were missing.
So we're going to have Gerardo be doing some spotting for us. That's Jerry's dad, by the way.
All right, I think we're ready to go. They do not have that play clock working down there in the south end zone, and that's the way Pecos is facing. Fort Stockton jumped off sides, got back, and here is an immediate tackle by Fort Stockton on the running play for 1 yard. A nice tackle by the interior of that Fort Stockton defense. It might have been Rojero who got the tackle along with Daniel Perez.
I think you are correct for a change, my friend.
Okay, it's 2nd and 9, and now Pecos has the halfback on the other side to the left. This will be a possible quarterback keeper. We don't know. Here we go. Yeah, quarterback keeper, and he will get about 4 yards out to the 28-yard line, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
This will be not a bad run by the quarterback. Was able to fall forward, got a decent spot there, and
here
big
we go.
3rd down play.
The same formation, the halfback lined up on the left side, and several different things can happen with that. Here's a man in motion, and now the quarterback is back to throw, and he is going to get away from the initial Panther rush, but he got out to the 30-yard line, and that's it. A gain of about 1 yard on that, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 3 for the Pecos Eagles. Good job for the Panther defense there. Looks like number 10 will be back to punt, Jordan Morales.
Well, that was a good. I thought he was going to make it there. It looked like he had a room to run. Panthers closed quickly and stopped him for a little gain.
And I believe it's Nicky Sotelo back to return this ball. And it's a good snap, and that is a low punt. It's taken at the 40-yard line by Sotelo down to the 40 of Pecos. He is run out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And so that is a nice return, about 26 yards there for Nicky Sotelo.
Really a lot of pressure on the punter that time. We had a guy coming in. I don't think he got his hands on the ball, but Nicky did a nice job picking that up on one hop and got upfield quickly. He was at full speed running down the sideline, and, man, Pecos only nets about 6 yards on that punt.
It's a really good field position here for the Fort Stockton Panthers down to the Pecos 36-yard line after a 26-yard return by Sotelo. 1st and 10 Panthers at the Pecos 36.
I believe we're already in 4-down territory.
And in the backfield is Nick Almendares. He's the running back. Jerry Diaz, the quarterback. And the head official is talking to Jerry there for a moment. We got 2 receivers on each side now for the Panthers. 1st and 10 Panthers at the 36. Here's Jerry back to pass on 1st down. He's going to pull it up and run, and Jerry Diaz will have a 1st down run here right at 10 yards down to the 26-yard line. A 10-yard rush for Jerry Diaz, and that'll bring up a Cactus Health Clinic 1st down for the Panthers.
Really a nice job, I tell you. Pecos had, they had some pressure on the outsides, but it opened up the middle, and Jerry looked up, and there was a big lane for him to run, and nice job to pick up that 1st down. I don't think they're going to run our clock, is what the official was telling Jerry.
Okay. 1st down and 10, ball at the 26-yard line. That's just for fairness, I guess. And here is the pass complete.
Fumble.
There's a fumble after the catch, and I believe Pecos may have recovered. Let's wait and see. Pecos has it. That was a completed pass to Cedric Lopez, and then there's a fumble on the play. It's an 8-yard completion, but it's a fumble on the play, and Pecos picks it up.
Really a nice pass by Jerry. Found the open man who'd sit down in an open spot in the zone and picked up good yardage, but then he was hit from behind and the ball comes loose.
All right, so Lopez with the fumble, and Pecos takes over 1st and 10 at the Panther 18-yard line. Pecos now in the shotgun. We jump across. I don't see a flag coming out, and here's good defense by the Panther defense again. About a 1 or 2 yard gain on the far side where the running back is run out of bounds. I think they're going to call it just a 1 yard gain. Good pursuit over on that right side of the Panther defense for a gain of only a yard.
Yeah, I tell you, really did a nice job. Kind of a student body left, quarterback following everybody, but great job by the Panthers.
2nd down and 9 now for the Eagles. They put the slot man, the halfback, over here on the right side. They've got 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Quarterback in the shotgun, and he will lob pass it down to the sideline near the 38-yard line, and that is overthrown and incomplete.
Really nice coverage by Diego Ramos. He had it cut off. Receiver tried to spin around, but the ball sailed off to the east. Here's Coach Peters here.
Hey, Coach Peters.
He's visiting us, and he's wearing purple, though. I'm not used to that.
Yeah, that's a different look. It's good to see Coach Peters there. Saw him last night and his mom and dad. 3rd down and 9 now for the Pecos Eagles. Here's a receiver in motion, and they will hand it off. And a great tackle by Fort Stockton there, and that is going to be Fabian Ramirez and Alan Leyva combining for the tackle for a loss of a yard. Brings up, well, let's see. It's going to bring up a 4th and 10.
Yeah, I tell you, he lost a yard on that. Great penetration that time. Our linebackers were coming on a blitz, and they ran right into the running back.
So it's 4th and about 10. Pecos back to punt, deep in their own territory, and we will avoid hitting the punter. And here's another. Oh, and that is almost a fumble by Nicky Sotelo. He was able to hang on, though.
Wow.
And, man, that was dangerous. Close to another fumble, but Sotelo hangs on. No return, and he's at the 47-yard line. So, I'd say about a 25-yard punt.
I think he was trying to surprise them. It looked like he was just going to let it. He wasn't going to do anything with it, and then at the last second, he caught it and took off, but it was hit immediately.
All right, so another possession for Pecos. Nets really nothing on that possession. 1st down and 10, ball at the 45-yard line of the Pecos Eagles. We fumbled on our first possession in the red zone, and here's a handoff that goes nowhere. For the Panthers, it's going to lose 3 yards on that carry. And let's, who was the ball carrier on that play?
Nick Almendares.
Okay, it's a loss of 3 on that carry. 2nd down and 13. Pecos had that all bottled up. They've got a big defensive lineman in the middle. That is Zadie Hinojos.
You got to be big if your name is Zadie.
Yeah. 2nd and 13. Here's Jerry. He's got a quick pass into the left flat, complete to number 23, Nicky Sotelo. Good job there by Nicky. He is going to gain 11 yards on that reception. And it will bring up now a 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 2.
Well, a lot of times in these 3rd and short, 4th and short, we've seen Jerry just keep it. 210-pound quarterback can just keep it and following his running back up the middle.
All right, now here are the Panthers back on offense on 3rd and 2. There's a fumble on the play, and it is thrown away, picked up and thrown away by Jerry Diaz. We may be looking at 4-down territory here, but that's an incomplete pass. And Jerry, they fumbled the ball, and Jerry picked it up and threw it away.
Well, I think Jerry was, that's one of those zone read plays. I think he was handing it to the running back and trying to pull it out. And it just dropped on the ground.
Well, Darren, we have a little bit of fumbleitis so far in this ball game. Now we got a 4th down and 2. You need to make this so that Pecos doesn't get better field position on this.
That's true. I mean, we've really owned the field position so far this game, but that was a nice job of Jerry to pick that up and throw it away so he wouldn't lose 5 or 6 yards.
Yep, it was. 4th down and 2 now for the Panthers. Jerry in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's Jerry to throw. That is batted down at the line of scrimmage by Pecos, and that is Juan Ornelas. He is a defensive end for the Eagles, and the Eagles are going to take over on downs.
Well, putting the ball on the ground a couple of times has really hurt us in this game, and I think
now Pecos has their best field position of the ball game. 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Well, the defense has played well the first 2 possessions, only giving up about 7 or 8 yards.
1st down 10, ball at the 37, shotgun formation for Pecos. No slot back this time. And here's the handoff, and that will be number 12 getting the ball. That's Hayden Martinez. He will gain 2 yards on the carry, bringing up a 2nd and 8. Good defense again by the Panthers on the run.
Really, Fort Stockton, Pecos, pretty conservative game plan. They've thrown 1 ball down the field, and that sailed wide out of bounds.
2nd down and 8 now for Pecos at their own 39-yard line. All the receivers are wide out. Here's Pecos man. The first man to him was Angel Mendoza, and he caused a 4-yard loss on that play. After he contacted the quarterback, there were a couple of other Panthers that joined in, and one of them was Jordan Olvera.
Yeah, really did a nice job, and he just forced him out wide and then cleaned it up. That was great.
3rd down and 12 now for Pecos. 3rd and very long. and they've got all their receivers out wide. There's a screen pass. Perfect call in this situation. And here goes Pecos down the field to the 40, down to the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, 5, and a touchdown. A screen pass scores the TD for Pecos from 65 yards away.
Yeah, we didn't have anyone turn around and spot it. Everyone was in on the quarterback. And once he dropped it over their line, it was really a nice pass. Just kind of floated it out over all the oncoming rushers. It was pitch and catch and score.
All right, the Eagles have a 65-yard screen pass for a touchdown. And the extra point is coming now for the Eagles. And that one is up, and it is good. The Pecos Eagles leading the Panthers now 7-0. We'll be back in just a moment with more Panther football. Sawyer Insurance Agency has 4 locations in West Texas to serve you, including 706 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton and 1502 South Stockton Avenue in Monahans, with offices in Midland and Lubbock. They offer the most complete line of commercial and personal insurance, from workers' comp, general liability, business and personal auto, commercial property, equipment, oil and gas, farm and ranch, and home insurance. Contact Clyde, Nathan, or Travis Sawyer today by calling 336-7543 or 943-9600. The Steakhouse Restaurant announces the addition of a very affordable express lunch, served Monday through Friday from 11 to 2, priced at only $7.99. It's fast and affordable with perfect portions. The lunch choices include 2 cheese enchiladas with rice and beans, 2 beef tacos with rice and beans, 2 chicken flautas with rice and beans, half a quesadilla, beef or chicken with rice and beans, a chicken breast with long green chili, rice and cucumber salad, or a half chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and cucumber salad. Come by, sample the express lunch at the Steakhouse, 1100 West Dickinson. Well, the Eagles have a perfect call for the defense we had on right there, a screen pass. We didn't cover it well at all, and it was a 65-yard touchdown pass for Pecos. They lead it now 7-0 after their extra point. Here's Pecos kicking it off to the south end of the field. And Fort Stockton is going to have Nicky Sotelo fielded at the 5-yard line. And Nicky will go right up the middle with it. And here he goes to the 40, down to the 50. He is going to be gone. Nicky Sotelo to the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown. And one play later, the Panthers come back to potentially tie this game.
Really a great job. Again, Nicky's fearless in the return game. He had to run back, kind of catch that ball over his shoulder, but he gets upfield quickly, and I tell you, once he broke through that initial bunch, the kicker was there, and the kicker didn't even come close. So really a nice job of Nicky to get back the momentum for the Panthers.
And the extra point coming from Diego Ramos for the Panthers to try to tie this game up one play later. And that is an M&J Trucking Company scoring play. It's also an M&J Fast Lube outstanding play.
Looks almost like we're going for 2, but let's see. We're going to call timeout.
All right, timeout on the field. We'll be back in just a moment. The First National Bank of Fort Stockton offers rock-solid banking services with a friendly staff and offers extended lobby hours. They're a full-service bank, and it's locally owned and operated, and they appreciate your business. First National Bank of Fort Stockton also operates Brave National Bank in Iran. The First National Bank is proud to support the Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams in all their competition and say, go Panthers and Prowlers. The friendly First National Bank of Fort Stockton, 1000 West Dickinson, member FDIC. Hernandez Sanitation in Fort Stockton proudly serves a large portion of West Texas with sanitation services, including the oil field. For portable toilets, holding tanks, septic tank service, grease trap service, or large roll-off trash containers, contact Hernandez Sanitation today by calling owner and operator Joe Angel Hernandez at 432-336-3803. Hernandez Sanitation, a proud member of the Fort Stockton community, always supporting all the athletic and extracurricular activities in Fort Stockton schools. All right, the extra point for 2 fails for the Panthers on an incomplete pass. We'll be back in just a moment with more Panther football after this. United Country Real Estate is your top real estate agency in the Trans-Pecos. Serving Pecos, Reeves, Ward, Terrell, Brewster, and Presidio counties, you'll find fabulous listings for West Texas homes, ranches, commercial property, and hunting land. Serving all surrounding area towns and communities. Visit their website today at ucre-wtx.com to view their listings. Also ask them about property management. Located at 1032 North Highway 285 in Fort Stockton, also with an office in Pecos. Call United Country today at 432-336-1111.
Your dreams are what power our community. When it comes to buying a home, starting a business, or tools to help with everyday money management, Citibank is a proud community leader for your financial needs. From personal checking and lending solutions to mobile banking and a suite of business services, our goal is to help you achieve yours. Citibank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
All right, we're back, and the Fort Stockton Panthers go for 2 points. After that kickoff return for a touchdown, we fail on an incomplete pass, a little overthrown, and so it is 7-6, Pecos in the lead. Here's a kick that goes over the head of the intended receiver for the Pecos Eagles, and that would be Mateo Fernandez. It goes into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback, and Pecos will take over at the 25. First quarter score, it is Pecos 7, Fort Stockton 6. That's your BBT score.
You know, I don't mind going for 2. I like practicing things in before district and working on your 2-point game. It was close. That was nearly a completion.
Yep. Receiver really tried to bring it in. I think it was Nicky, wasn't it?
It was
Nicky
21, number 21
21
that time, Jaden Sotelo.
Jaden Sotelo, okay. First down and 10, ball at the 25. I think, did we have somebody jump off sides? I'm not sure. No flag.
No.
So we've got about a 2-yard gain there for Pecos off the left side, and it'll be 2nd and 8 coming up.
Really, our defense, other than the one play.
Yeah.
But it was a great play. Somebody's got to find the running back and stay with him.
Yeah. All right, 2nd down and 8 now for the Eagles at their own 27-yard line. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. And here's the handoff. One of the receivers coming across. He's tackled at about the 30. They're going to say the 31-yard line. Number 10 there for Pecos, Jordan Morales, who is a receiver, came across the formation, got the handoff, and gained about, 4 yards, I would say.
Yeah, he did. Oh, boy, I tell you, they moved it on up.
So 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Eagles at the 31-yard line. That's certainly a makeable 3rd down. We run a defensive player off at the last minute there, making a substitution. Here's Pecos. Looked like a different quarterback in there. In fact, that might have been a Wildcat, and they only gained 1 yard on that Wildcat formation play, and it is 4th and 3 coming up for Pecos.
Yeah, that's their inside linebacker, number 16, Omar Salgado, was in at quarterback. Pretty big kid, but only made a yard or 2. Great defense. Again, Panther defense, other than getting fooled on the one play, has played very well.
Now, we do not have a return man back there. Now we're getting one back, and that would be Angel Lujan. And Angel drops it, then picks it back up. He's immediately tackled. Only about a 2-yard return that time.
But Nicky may still be tired from all the return games. So he's had a couple of long returns, and so he wasn't out there that time. Usually our kick returner, punt returner. Roger says he's a great athlete.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. And I think Roger's, for once, I think Roger's right.
I think he is, yeah.
Roger's a great guy.
First down and 10, ball at the 38-yard line of the Panthers. And this may be the worst starting field position we've had.
Well, it is.
Here's Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. And here's Diaz handing it off up the middle. And this will go to Nick Almendares. We got a flag, I believe, coming in from the head referee in the backfield. That could be a holding call. So we'll see about this one.
He's talking.
First quarter score, Fort Stockton trails by a point to the Pecos Eagles. And this is going to be the first penalty of the ball game. It'll be a 10-yard penalty.
Chop block.
Against Fort Stockton. Is it 10 or 5 or 15?
That's going to mark off 15 yards.
Oh, boy, 15. Okay. So that is an illegal chop block, it looks like. And we will have a first and 25. Wow. We're all the way back now to the 23-yard line.
We're almost back to Fort Stockton. We're closer to home than the goal line.
All right, 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Diaz in the shotgun. I believe Almendares is the running back. And here's Jerry. Oh, boy, that's almost picked off by the Pecos Eagles right there. The closest man to it certainly was one of their defenders.
Yeah, that ball just kind of – and Nicky was breaking loose. Had that ball been up and out a little bit further, I think it could have had a big completion.
That was Mateo Fernandez knocking that one down, but almost intercepting. All right, Diaz in the shotgun once again. And here's the handoff going to Almendares, I believe. And that's going to be for 0 yards. So Pecos' defense stepping up big, and that fires up their crowd here.
Yeah, they saw something. I saw a guy run across ran all the way from the right to the left side and got right into the running lane. So I think they were ready for that play.
Still, 3rd down and 25 for the Panthers. We have had an incompletion and no gain on a running play. We've got 2 receivers on each side. Pecos jumped. I don't know if they jumped off sides or not, but here's Jerry launching it way downfield, and no flag. No flag. There was some contact, and the receiver wanting an interference call, and the intended receiver, Cedric Lopez, but no flag is thrown.
Well, I thought they were off sides and possible interference, so I think they got away with maybe 2 calls on that play.
Well, no yardage gained on those 3 plays for the Panthers. We're going to have to punt, and we're going to be punting slightly into the wind. The wind is blowing across. But it looks like it's kind of coming from the east-northeast maybe. I don't know.
Hard to say.
It's hard to say. But here there's a timeout called. And it is Pecos calling the timeout. We'll be back with more Panther football right after this.
Hey, Fort Stockton. Hungry for a deal that satisfies every craving? K-Bob Steakhouse has you covered with a 2 for $20 meal deal. That's right, choose a starter like crispy potato skins, cheesy quesadilla or zesty fried pickles, and pair it with an entree. The juicy 6-ounce sirloin, crispy catfish platter, or maybe the hearty chicken fried steak. The choice is yours. Your entree also comes with your choice of sides, baked potato fries, or green beans, all for $20. So grab your friends, family, or come solo and treat yourself at K-Bob Steakhouse in Fort Stockton. Come by today. If you or your spouse have been thinking about pre-planning your funerals, Heritage Funeral Home of the Big Bend has some very important news. Now is the best time to plan for your eternity and take the financial burden off your loved ones. If you already have a plan, let them review it with you. At Heritage Funeral Home of the Big Bend, they'll work with you so that your final requests are personalized just for you. Call or come by today at 301 North Main or message them on Facebook.
All right, the Panthers get a punt away down to about the 42-yard line of Pecos. No return, but there are flags coming in.
There was a block in the back. I think there was a couple by Pecos. Guy was signaling that he wasn't even going to catch it. They had a guy come up, I believe, and just nailed us in the back, so we'll see. Which I believe would be move them back 10 yards back inside the 25.
Looks like they are marking this off against the Pecos Eagles.
You got to mark it from the end of the punt. I don't know why they're walking up there.
Well, the punt went out of bounds around the 41 or 42, right?
No, I thought it was back around the 30.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they're continuing to step off some yardage, and it is going to be back, like you said, inside the 20-yard line. Wow, you were pretty accurate on that one.
Very good.
Back to the 18. So that's a 15-yard penalty or 10?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah,
I think it's a 10-yard penalty. Maybe it did go out of bounds around the 32.
It kept bounding around. The guy got out of its way, and it stayed in for a long time and kept blowing.
All right, so here are the Pecos Eagles now, 1st and 10, after they suffer a penalty on that return, and They have it at the 18-yard line. And here is a big running back for Pecos, but he is hit right at the line of scrimmage, about a 2-yard gain. And that really is a big running back for Pecos there.
Yeah, that's their linebacker, Omar Salgado, again in at quarterback and just running really right up the middle.
Panthers really unafraid on that. They hit him and knocked him backward, but he still gained about 2. It's 2nd and 8. Salgado is at quarterback now for the Eagles, and he will pass the ball. It's thrown out in front of the intended receiver. Really the best man that had a chance for it was Anthony
flag.
Cortez of Fort Stockton.
I don't know what they said.
Incomplete pass.
They threw a late flag. I don't know if somebody said something or did something, but there was no...
Are they calling holding? Are they calling defensive holding
I'm
here?
not sure. That wasn't even close, so, I mean, it couldn't be interference because the ball was not catchable.
All right. It is an illegal substitute. No, it's a holding against Fort Stockton.
Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
That's a 10-yard penalty and an automatic first down for Pecos.
I don't see it. I didn't see it. The pass was just badly overthrown, and that was bang, bang. I don't think anyone grabbed anybody.
All right, so we've got 1st and 10 now for Pecos.
Yeah, the quarterback is back in.
All right, this is at the 30-yard line. Yeah, Avery Garcia is back in at quarterback for the Eagles. They've got 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. The slot back is here on the right side. They put the receiver in motion, and here's the quarterback to throw, and it's a completed pass out into the left flat. Pretty good tackle, open field tackle there by number 20 for the Panthers. Adrian Ramirez grabbed him by the jersey and slung him out of bounds for about a 3 or 4 yard gain.
I think about 2 yards.
Oh, 2 yards is all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did a nice job of getting out there and hanging on.
Yeah. So it is 2nd down and 8 after we were called for a defensive holding, which gave Pecos a first down on this drive. 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun again. This is Garcia. I believe it's Hayden Martinez, their running back. Fakes the handoff to him. A really good defensive play. Great pressure on the quarterback by Fabian Ramirez, and a really good open field tackle by Nicky Sotelo.
Really nice job. Made the quarterback get rid of it, and Nicky came up quickly, made a sure tackle, and so we've got another 3rd and long.
Completed pass for no yards. 3rd down and 8. Panther defense playing really well except on one play tonight.
One play.
Yep. 3rd down and 8. Ball at the 32 of Pecos. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's a quarterback back to throw. And now the quarterback runs it up the middle. A flag coming in from the head linesman in the backfield here. Let's see about this. If it is a hold, maybe it's a face mask. I'm not sure.
I think there was holding on Pecos, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I believe it. Yeah, it's against Pecos. We should decline this, I would think.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th down. But, yeah, I think Pecos was holding.
Holding against Pecos, and it is going to be declined by the Panthers. So it brings up a 4th and 8. And here goes Nicky Sotelo back to about the 35-yard line to return this punt.
Nicky's been our offense, and it's all in special teams. He's got more return yardage than our offense, I think.
4th and 8 now for the Eagles from their own 32. Punting time for Pecos, and the punter puts his foot into it, and it is fielded well by Nicky Sotelo at the 38-yard line. Nicky up to the 48. There's a flag coming in at the tackle.
The laundry has been really coming out in the last 2 or 3 minutes. We've had 3 or 4 flags now. I have a feeling this is going to be a block in the back.
Probably.
But
it's always usually a penalty on the return team when you see a flag on a return. It's a block in the back. Oh, by Pecos. Well.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
All right, let's see how many yards. Is it a 10? It's going to be a 15-yarder. Second penalty assessed against Pecos. Now it's 25 yards in penalties for the Eagles.
We
need to make this one count, Darren. we have got great field position at the Pecos 42-yard line. This is where we need to take the lead in the ball game.
Well, it is. We need to make a play on first down.
First quarter, 1:31 to go. Jerry, lots of time, and he's going to run up the middle, slide down at about the 35, and they're going to mark him at the 34, so a pretty good spot there for Jerry. It's an 8-yard pickup on the run up the middle and a slide.
Well, I like that. Don't get hit, Jerry. It's a long season, and take care of yourself. Good job. Nobody was up the middle. Receivers were pretty well covered, and so that's what we need. Make some yards on first down. And we still got a minute left in the first quarter.
In the first quarter, that's right. 2nd down and 2 for the Panthers. And here's Jerry handing it off. No, he'll keep it. He puts it in the belly of Nick Almendares, then keeps it. He may have lost a yard on the play. I believe he did.
Yeah, he lost a little bit, so it's going to be another big 3rd down. And
3rd and 3.
We need to convert some of these 3rd downs. Pecos is playing pretty tough up front on the run game.
Yeah. 3rd down and 3 now for Fort Stockton at the Pecos 35-yard line. The Panthers trailing 7-6. That's your BBT score. Jerry Diaz will be in the shotgun. Slot back on the left side. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Here's the handoff, and that is going to go nowhere. That is number 21 on the carry, Jaden Sotelo. No gain on the play, and this brings up another huge 4th down. And I believe, let's see, the last time we tried this, we did make the first down, did we not? Yeah. But then later we fumbled on that drive.
Well, that's the end of the quarter.
All right, end of the first quarter. Pecos 7, Fort Stockton 6. We'll be back in a moment.
Need a quick, efficient oil change? M&J Fast Lube at 116 West Dickinson is here to serve you. Martine and Julia Ibarra invite you to stop by. They have great service, and they offer auto oil and lube services with the top major oil brands and vehicle washing and cleaning. Or you can get your vehicle completely detailed. It'll look like you just bought it. That's M&J Fast Lube, 116 West Dickinson, supporting Panther and Prowler Sports. Go Blue! M&J Trucking Services supports our Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams and wants you to know that there's a locally owned and operated oilfield trucking company that can handle your vacuum truck and water hauling in the surrounding area. It's M&J Trucking in Fort Stockton, offering 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week vacuum truck and water hauling service. Contact M&J Trucking today at 290-4510. M&J Trucking, owned and operated by Martine Ibarra, proudly supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers.
We're back now with more Fort Stockton football, and it is 4-down territory. We're going for it at the Pecos 35 on 4th and 3. Last couple of drives, we've been stymied by this Pecos defense.
They've been grappling.
It is 4th and 3. Here are the Panthers trying to make this first down. And here's Jerry. He passes the ball, and it is good for the first down, and the receiver was hit immediately. That's Nicky Sotelo. And I tell you what a great job by Nicky of hanging on to that ball for the first down.
Really did. It was really tight coverage. A great pass, though.
Yeah.
And Nicky got the first down yardage, then stepped back, made the catch, and held on.
About a 5-yard pickup. And they're trying to set the chains over there. We're at the 30-yard line now of Pecos, 1st and 10. What a critical 4th down conversion right there. Here's the handoff for Fort Stockton, a misdirection handoff, a flag coming in. And that is Nick Almendares with about a 3-yard gain. But I don't know what, maybe another hold on the Panthers. We'll see.
They may have been lined up off sides. Let me see.
It is a holding against Fort Stockton. 10-yard penalty. And this will be a big one on a drive that looked very promising.
Well, it is. We're going to probably have to throw the ball a lot more.
Yeah.
And we've had some success in the passing game. Either Jerry has hit some passes or he's taken off upfield and made some good yardage.
Well, we've only completed 3 passes tonight, and after one of them we fumbled. All right, it's 1st and 20 now for the Panthers at the Pecos 39-yard line. Here's Diaz back to throw. He's got a completed pass in the right flat, and that is a nice catch by Cedric Lopez. He will gain, close to 10 yards, at least 9, I would say. And that'll bring up a 3rd and still long.
Oh, second down. We got the down over.
Oh, second. Yeah, we got the down over. You're right.
So, yeah.
Second down and 11.
That's what you want to do. Pick up 7, 8, 9, 10 yards on first down. And
yeah.
Now we're back in probably 4-down territory if we need it.
Second down, 11. Ball at the 30-yard line. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. And here's a handoff. No, it's a keeper by Jerry Diaz, and he's got the first down all the way down to about the 13-yard line. And that's about an 18-yard pickup for Jerry Diaz and a Panther first down, brought to you by Cactus Health.
Jerry steamrolled the safety. I mean, the guy thought he was going to go down, and Jerry just ran over him because he was probably 50 pounds heavier.
The ball is at the 13-yard line of the Pecos Eagles. First and 10 Panthers after an 18-yard run for the first down, brought to you by Jerry Diaz. Or brought to you by Cactus Health. Jerry Diaz is the man who made it happen. And here's the handoff. That goes to Nick Almendares. And a tough running up the middle there for Nick. It's about a 2-yard pickup, but the Pecos line, interior defensive line, is playing pretty well.
Well, Sile, our center, this is kind of scary. Our center lost his helmet, so he's going to have to come out for a play. So,
are they saying we gained nothing on that?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I thought he made about 1.5 yards.
I thought he made 2 yards.
2 yards, but
well, they are spotting it for no gain.
Wow, he did not get a good spot.
Okay, yeah. Second down and 10. Almendares in the backfield. Jerry Diaz at quarterback. Here's the handoff to Nick. He's going to go outside, and around the left side, Nick has better yardage this time, down to about the 16-yard line. Excuse me, the 8-yard line.
Yeah, I thought he's down closer to the 7.
Oh, yeah, you're about the 7.
We got another penalty flag, though.
Wow.
I tell you, this
holding against Fort Stockton again.
These guys are killing us, really are killing us.
Oh, my goodness. Wow, and the ball is backed up to the 23-yard line, and we'll have second down and long.
Man.
Wow, and, you know, Nick had gotten outside on the left and had gained about 7 or 8 yards, but it's wiped out.
Yeah, we were down in, we were down. Man, this is crazy.
It's second and about 21 or 22. Here's Jerry Diaz, puts a receiver in motion from right to left. And he's looking for that receiver, and immediately the tackle is made at about the 17 or 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 or 7 on the completion, maybe 6.
Yeah, I tell you, the penalties, we've overcome about 30 yards of penalties on this drive already.
It is a 7-yard pickup on the pass completion, third down and 15.
Well, we need a big play.
Yep, got to have a big play. Probably 4-down territory unless you want to kick a field goal with Diego, and that's certainly possible. That would give us the lead. Third down and 15. Right now our score 7-6, Pecos on top. That's your BBT score. Here's Jerry in the shotgun. He is almost hit as he throws. That is a stretch for an interception in the end zone, and I believe they got it.
Yeah, they
that
caught
is
it.
An intercepted pass in the end zone by the Pecos Eagles, which kills this Fort Stockton drive.
Well, that's 2 turnovers and too many penalties
Yeah.
already for Fort Stockton.
We've had 4 penalties for 45 yards, and that's the we've got a fumble after a catch, now an interception. And Pecos will have the touchback, and they'll have it at their own 20-yard line, and they'll take over, and the score remains. Pecos leading 7-6 over the Panthers.
Wow.
That's your BBT score. Now the original quarterback comes back in, Avery Garcia. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right for the Eagles. Quarterback rolls out to his left, and the Panther defense swarms on that quarterback, and he is going to lose 2, maybe 3 yards.
Yeah, really a nice job of pursuit down the line, and he was trying to follow his blockers, but nothing opened up. He stayed behind the line of scrimmage, and we sacked him.
So 2nd and 13 after the sack on the quarterback. Good pursuit as the quarterback was rolling out to his left. We've got 2 receivers for Pecos on the right, 1 on the left. Their halfback lined up to the right side. And here's the handoff. Really good defense there by the Panthers on number 12, the running back Hayden Martinez. And another 2 yards lost, or at least one. We'll call it a 1 yard loss. It'll bring up 3rd and 14.
Nice job that time by number 55, Roy Marcus. Got in, and again, Pecos is going backwards 2 plays, and they've lost yardage on both of them.
3rd down and 14. Pecos is still leading this game 7-6. Panthers have had 2 critical turnovers in this ball game, both when we looked like we might be going in for a score. Here's Pecos now rolling out to the right side, and that one is caught, and then an immediate tackle, but pretty good yardage gained. That will be about a 8, maybe a 9 yard pickup on the pass play, but they'll be short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about 5.
Yep. Really a nice job. Keep everything in front. Let them make the catch for 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, but don't let them get any further, and we really did a nice job.
Okay, here are the Panthers now to return this punt by the Eagles.
Angel Lujan back.
Okay, 4th down and 4. They fumble the snap, and Fort Stockton's going to try to tackle that punter, and they've got him at the 21-yard line, and I don't see any flags. It looks like the Panthers will take over at the 22-yard line after a messed up punt there by Pecos. They fumbled the punt, and we'll get it at the 22, 1st and 10.
Yeah, he bobbled the snap. We tackled him. Then he tried to pitch it as he was going down. Pecos picked it up, but the referees ruled that he was already down.
What do you say? Let's punch this one in, Darren, shall we?
All right, I'll say it. Let's punch this one in.
Okay, good.
Yes. No penalties. No penalties, guys. Just punch it in.
That's right. We've had, 3 holding penalties? And a
3 or 4.
3.
We had a chop block. And,
a chop block was the first penalty we had tonight. Then we've had 3 10-yard penalties subsequently. So now it's 1st down and 10. Ball at the 22-yard line for the Panthers. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. And it's Nick Almendares, the running back. Here's Nick. No, he fakes the handoff to Nick. Jerry will bring it around the left side, and he will have about 6 down to the 17-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, not a bad play on the option, and positive yardage on 1st down. If we can make 3 or 4 yards on 1st down and not get a penalty, we can punch this in.
5 yards gained, so it's 2nd and 5 for the Panthers at the Pecos 17. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. The slot man is on the right side. Diaz in the shotgun. I believe it's Almendares still in at running back. And he will take it, and that's a good cutback run by Nick, and he is down near the 5-yard line, still driving. And he's still driving inside the 5 to the 3. What a run by Nick Almendares from the 17 all the way down to the 3. Looks like about a 14-yard pickup. Yeah, that is a Panther 1st down brought to you by Cactus Health.
Yeah, that's a great play. And our lineman got in there and started pushing him, and really a great job.
Outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Lube. It's 1st and goal, Panthers at the Pecos 3-yard line. Now Jerry in the shotgun. No turnovers, boys. Here's Jerry. He's going to take it in himself. That's a 3-yard run in the 2nd quarter by Jerry Diaz, and the Panthers take the lead with 6:35 to go in the 2nd quarter.
Well, when in doubt, just go right up the middle. And Jerry's a big guy. He kind of bounced off a couple of tacklers. And we finally, we've really dominated this game except for a couple of plays. 2 turnovers, some penalties, and that long screen pass. But we've been behind the whole game.
Well, the Panthers take the lead 12-7. We're in the 2nd quarter, by the way. And there's the kick, and it is up and good.
We got a flag coming down after the kick. There was a little bit of a scuffle, I think.
Panthers take the lead 13-7. We'll be back with more Panther football after this.
Julie's Easy Press Cleaners is ready to serve you with all your laundry cleaning needs. From drop-off to pickup, you'll enjoy not having to do the washing, drying, or pressing. It's done for you. Whether it's a party, office meeting, or lunch with friends, show up dressed for success, because at Julie's Easy Press, they know that when you look good, you feel good. Julie's Easy Press, 1101 Front Street. Call 336-6601. At Weiss Tire Pros, they've been servicing vehicles reliably for generations. They're family-owned and operated for over 35 years, and they're here to make certain your cars and trucks keep their promise to you. They're more than just tires, offering full automotive services, so they keep you focused on the road ahead. They carry all major tire brands. For whatever you drive, Weiss Tire Pros has a tire to fit your needs. With Weiss Tire Pros, they're here to help keep you safe on the road. Visit the store today in Fort Stockton. Weiss Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Buck's Lube Center is located at 310 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. They feature quick oil changes, multi-point vehicle checks, inspection stickers, and fuel filters for all vehicles, specializing in mobile oil but with Motorcraft also in stock. Buck's Lube Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Remember, for reasonable prices and great service, it's Buck's Lube Center, 310 West Dickinson, Fort Stockton. They hope to serve you on every oil change. Designer carpets and... All right, we'll get to that in just a moment. Let's have the kickoff, and here's Pecos. They took the ball sort of as it was traveling backward, and number 24 fields it for Pecos, and that is Avian Barreno, and he touches his knee right there, so no return on the play.
Yeah, really nice job of just pushing that down there into an open spot. And then Fort Stockton was able to get down, and now Pecos is starting way back at their 13-yard line.
Yeah, that's their worst starting field position. They've had some fairly poor field position in the ball game, but Fort Stockton is now leading the game. The BBT score now is 13-7.
Really, Pecos tries another long pass, and it just sails a little bit wide. You know, that wind kind of carries it off to the east, and it just sailed out of bounds. Pecos hadn't had much of a passing game so far.
No, but they had that one really good screen pass.
Yeah, a short pass that was a great call. And
all right, so it is now 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. Here's the quarterback rolling out to his right. And under pressure, they do complete this pass. Out in the right flat, a good throw and completion by Pecos out to the 21-yard line.
Really was a nice job, and it's going to bring up 3rd and makeable. Yep. And but, you know, Fort Stockton's been really tough on 3rd down. I think Pecos had 1 first down by penalty, but we've played really well on defense except one play.
3rd down and 2 now for the Eagles. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. And here's the handoff by Pecos. They hand it off to number 12, Hayden Martinez. Another great tackle on the interior defensive line by the Panthers. No gain. And it is going to bring up 4th and 2. Now, what will they do? They're bringing in the punting team.
Well, I'd play safe, punt safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know. They're pinned deep. But last punt didn't work too well for them.
No, they fumbled the snap. Here's Nicky Sotelo back to return this punt. He's standing at his own 44-yard line. Fort Stockton probably very wary of a fake punt. But here is the punt. It gets away, and it is taken by Nicky Sotelo at the 40-yard line. He's to the 50 and to the 41-yard line in Pecos territory. That'll be a 19-yard return by Nicky Sotelo.
Nicky's tough, I tell you. He runs up. He had to kind of run back and catch that over the shoulder. It's a pretty good punt, and but he was able to get upfield and make good yardage. And we're starting in Pecos territory. Yep. Let's punch this one in too.
Absolutely, yes.
Can we say that again?
We can say it again. Hopefully it'll happen again. I've been trying to get you to say it all night.
Oh, yeah. Let's punch this one in, and no penalties. And no turnovers, and we'll score.
All right, 1st down and 10, ball at the Pecos 40-yard line. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun, 2 receivers on each side. And here's Jerry looking to throw, and the pass is caught, but an immediate and tough tackle on Jaden Sotelo. But again, Sotelo did a good job of hanging on to the ball. It's a 5-yard gain.
Really did, and Pecos is playing off, and they're coming up and making some solid hits on our receivers. But, you know, It's great. 5 or 6 yards on first down really makes it go well.
We've had a couple of receivers really do a good job of hanging onto the ball after a big hit. A pump fake by Jerry Diaz, and then he throws it downfield down the left side intended for Nicky Sotelo, and it's incomplete. Good coverage, man-to-man by Pecos.
Yeah, if Jerry could have led him further inside, I think Nicky could have made a play on the ball. But anyway, good coverage by Pecos, and now we've got a big third down. We're at the 35, less than 5 minutes in the half.
4:40 to go. Fort Stockton leading 13-7. That's your BBT score. We've got 2 receivers on each side on 3rd and 5. And here's the fake handoff, and Jerry will keep it himself. He's got the first down inside the 20, run out of bounds around the 17-yard line. That'll be an 18-yard pickup for Jerry Diaz and a Panther first down, brought to you by Cactus Health.
Well, again, Jerry's a good runner, and I'd say they really kind of went after the running back. Jerry pulled the ball out, was able to follow his blockers, and that's a big first down.
1st and 10 now for the Panthers at the Pecos 17-yard line. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Diaz in the shotgun, high snap, hands it off to Almendares, who is stopped with a big stack up on that defensive line. That's going to be a loss of 1 or 2, maybe 2.
Pecos is pretty strong right up the middle. Their 2 guys in the middle are good size, and they do a nice job. Coach Payanis, who is at Fort Stockton, is a very good defensive coach, and he's got them ready to play.
2nd down and 12 now for the Panthers after a loss of 2 on that run up the middle. I believe it's still Almendares in at running back. And here's a jump. Offsides, perhaps, by the Pecos Eagles. Either we moved or Pecos jumped off.
But Pecos jumped off sides, and then our left guard took off. So that should be on Pecos because they were in, which caused our player to jump.
Offsides against the Pecos Eagles. That is their 4th penalty of the game, totaling 45 yards. And that will move us up to a 2nd and about 7.
Yeah, that's really a nice job. We were behind the sticks, and now we're right on schedule.
Ball is at the 14-yard line now on 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun, Nick Almendares to his right at running back. And a delayed snap count. And here's the snap. And that is intercepted by the Pecos Eagles. Man, that was just right to that Pecos defender in the middle. He's down to the 40, and he is evading tackles still. And Pecos, with a good job of blocking, they are going to return this ball all the way for the touchdown. A 95-yard touchdown return, interception return by the Pecos Eagles. My goodness.
Well, they've been sitting back, just reading the quarterback, and really have come up and made some good hits, but 3 turnovers in the first half by Fort Stockton and numerous penalties have really hurt.
95-yard, and we saw one of these in the Lakeview game.
Well, it is, and I tell you, we ended up getting...
And you know what's eerie about it is it came at about the same time in the game.
Well, it really did, and, that's a big play. Pecos was on their heels. We were looking to go up by 2 scores, certainly down there in plus territory. And
was that Salgado?
That was number 16, yes.
Oh, 16?
Yes.
Omar Salgado.
Yeah.
And, man, he threw it right to him.
He threw it right to him.
All right, the extra point is coming for Pecos. And this would give them the lead, and they've got it. They are leading now, the Panthers 14-13 in the 2nd quarter. Right before halftime, we'll be back in a moment with more Panther football.
Designer Carpets and Interiors has become known in Fort Stockton as the remodeling experts. They will be glad to put together a free estimate on just about any remodeling project, always keeping in mind your budget. They also can help with ideas and designs for your project to upgrade your home and add to its value. They also have all types of the latest and most modern flooring, including carpet, tile, hardwood, laminates, custom cabinetry, countertops, and much more. Call Designer Carpets and Interiors today at 336-6591. Permian Basin Abstract Company is located at 600 West Dickinson and is available to handle all your real estate closings. They have a full-service title company and are experts at handling all the tricky parts of title work. Great customer service is their number one goal with local manager Penny McKnight. Permian Basin Abstract has locations in Andrews, Seminole, Pecos, and the local office in Fort Stockton to serve all area West Texas counties and have all records available. Call 432-336-3301 or go by Permian Basin Abstract, corner of Monahans Highway and Dickinson Boulevard.
We're back with more Panther football and another tragic interception for the Panthers there. We threw it right to Omar Salgado in the middle of the field, and amazingly, he evaded tackles. We thought we had him, before he could score, but man, he just angled to the right side and went all the way for the touchdown. 95-yard interception return by Salgado for Pecos. Fort Stockton takes it now at the 6-yard line. We return it right up the middle with Nicky Sotelo, and he is slung down around the 43-yard line. That is a 38-yard return by Sotelo. Man, Nicky Sotelo has done a great job tonight of returning the ball.
Well, his returns have really kept us in the game. He returned one for a touchdown for our first score, and he's given us good field position nearly every time.
He's a danger. I mean, he's got some speed, and he knows where to find the holes. All right, it is 1st and 10 Panthers at our own 43-yard line.
Well, we need a score.
We've got 2:52 left to go before halftime. Fort Stockton trailing now once again 14-13. Here's the handoff, and it goes around the right side, and Nick Almendares with another good cutback run down to the 49-yard line in Pecos territory. That'll be an 8-yard pickup. Now, Darren, I think we're trying to avoid the middle of that Pecos defensive line and try to turn it outside.
Yeah, I think we're going a little bit faster on our zone reads, making the read a little bit quicker and getting outside, because really the middle of the Pecos has been their strength.
2nd down and 2 now for the Panther offense. Here's the handoff, and that goes up the middle this time to Almendares. They're going to mark him a half-yard short. Man, that's a tough spot right there. I thought he had leaned across the down marker.
Yeah, they really crowd the middle of the field, but one of their big guys, number 54, just came out. So let's see if we're going to call timeout.
Timeout, and it's 3rd and 1. We'll be back in just a moment with more Panther football.
Have you tried the delicious Jalisco-style Mexican food at the Guadalajara Mexican Grill recently? Their food and service is fast and top-notch. Plus, they're now offering some additions to their huge menu, including the carnitas plate and the fantastic molcajete with beef, chicken, and shrimp. They also now have delicious chicken wings spiced with mango, habanero, buffalo, or barbecue. Top it off with your favorite adult beverages and drinks and desserts. They also have daily specials, and you can dine in or call in orders at 336-6600. The Guadalajara Mexican Grill, 200 East 19th on the Imperial Highway.
At Cactus Health Services, they're here when you need them. On Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, the friendly staff at Cactus Health is ready to serve you from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 2 to 5 p.m. On Tuesdays, they're open from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 2 to 7. Would you like to get in earlier? The Cactus Health office is open on Wednesdays from 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 2 to 4:30. Whether it's a routine checkup or something more, they're here for your health. Call Cactus Health at 336-8110.
All right, here's a keeper by Jerry Diaz right up the middle. He will get the first down. Pickup of 4 yards on the play. And it's a Panther first down brought to you by Cactus Health.
We had a Cactus Health commercial and then a Cactus Health first down.
Yeah, 1st and 10. Ball at the 46, high snap. And Jerry now is going to try to throw it away, but he actually completes the pass for about an 8-yard gain. Really nice job of Jerry to, make something positive out of a play that looked like it was going to be a high snap. It was Jaden Sotelo for an 8-yard pickup on the pass play.
That's a second big catch Jaden Sotelo's made in the last quarter.
2nd down and 2 now for the Panthers. Ball at the Pecos 38. 2 receivers on each side. Here's another rather high snap, and here is Almendares, who will gain maybe a half yard. I don't know if he gained anything, but he had tough sledding around the left side that time. Good pursuit by Pecos. I think he gained 1.
Yeah, he made a yard, so it's going to be third and very short.
Fourth.
But,
I think is it third or fourth? That's
down.
third down. Okay.
Mm-hmm. First down, we made the pass, and but yeah, we're going to have to. We're under a minute. We need to pick it up a little bit.
They didn't give him anything on that play. They marked him for no gain. And here's Jerry.
We had a guy move.
I think, yeah, we had some movement. It's going to be a false start on the Panthers.
Our running back started leaning forward early, and another penalty. I tell you, penalties and turnovers have cost us.
Yeah, they have. We're going to be backed up to a 3rd and 8 now, Darren, and
3rd and 7 maybe.
Yeah,
but,
3rd and 7. Yeah,
we keep shooting ourselves in the foot with turnovers and penalties have been backbreakers.
We'll see 2 good bands at halftime. The Pecos Eagle Band they went to the state marching contest last year. We'll see the Fort Stockton Pride of Pantherland, which sounded fantastic last week. We've got that coming up at halftime. 3rd down and 2.
I think they ran some clock when that play shouldn't have even counted, so I believe they're going to have to put some more time on the clock. There should be, it might be 50 seconds.
There's a timeout on the field by the Panthers, so we'll take the timeout with them. We'll be back after this timeout. Our BBT score 14-13, Pecos leading. Tacos OJ in Fort Stockton is famous for its fabulous, authentic Mexican food and is now offering breakfast every day from 8 a.m. until noon. Yes, not only can you find the most delicious Mexican food in town, but you can also now have either a Mexican or American breakfast at Tacos OJ, served from 8 a.m. until noon daily. Tacos OJ, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. They offer a full menu of great Mexican and American food. Tacos OJ, now serving breakfast, 1305 North Main. They also have a drive-through window for takeout orders. Call 336-3066. Porky's Ice House in Fort Stockton is the place to get your drinks and snacks in Fort Stockton, with 2 convenient drive-through lanes open 7 days a week for teas, lemonades, and fountain drinks with added flavors upon request and much more. Go by Porky's Ice House, and remember, happy hour is each day from 4 to 6 p.m. with all drinks any size for just $1. They also make popular clamato, squirt, topo chico, and jerky preparados that are delicious, along with nachos. Porky's Ice House, 1401 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. We're back. It's 3rd and 8. Here's the fake handoff. Jerry Diaz back to throw, and he is going to have to throw it away because he was being pursued, and there's a flag coming in the middle of the line. Well, let's see what this penalty is.
Well, I tell you, they've been killing us on penalties this whole second quarter, so I'm going to guess it's on Fort Stockton. They looked like they were talking to the Pecos Code, so.
Holding Fort Stockton.
They may decline this and bring up 4th down. No, they're going to.
Yeah, they're going to decline it.
I don't know. It looked like they were going to take it.
Nah, they're going to decline it. Well, hang on.
I saw him signal 3rd down, so I think they're going to take the penalty.
They're going to take the penalty, so it'll be 3rd and long. We're back inside our own territory. Man, penalties have really hurt us. And, of course, 3 turnovers for the Panthers in this first half. Pecos has had none.
Well, the penalties have been a little one-sided. We've been called for holding quite a bit.
It's 3rd down, about 17 now for Fort Stockton. So we need a big play. We've got 2 receivers on each side. 37 seconds left on the play clock, or on the clock, I should say, the game clock in the first half. 3rd and 17. Here's a fake handoff, and Jerry is going to go around the left side. He'll be run out of bounds for a rather short gain.
Well, I think I'd have rather him stay inbounds on that one. Run the clock if we're going to have to just punt it.
You're right. About a 3-yard pickup by Jerry is all they gave him. So it's 4th down and 14 for Fort Stockton, and looks like punt time. And it's number 9. It'll be Diego Ramos punting for the Panthers. I think this is our first punt of the game.
Well, they're going to come after us, and because their offense it's a little iffy.
Pecos has a 1-point lead, 14-13, and there's a low snap. Diego did a good job of picking that up. Really good punt. Fair catch, and it is missed by Pecos. They muff it, And then Fort Stockton tackles the return man down at the 2-yard line. Had an opportunity there to make a big play after a muffed punt, but Pecos got back on the ball.
Well, he was lucky. He was lucky. Now, I wish we had some timeouts left because what do we have? No timeouts left? And otherwise, we could call timeout 3 times and maybe get points. Pecos is probably just going to down this and let the clock run out.
I would imagine. 47-yard punt with no return.
But I'd bring everyone. I'd bring the house, see if we can get a safety.
First down and 10 Pecos at their own 2-yard line with 22 seconds left in this first half. It is Pecos 14, Panthers 13. All right, here's Pecos with a run up the middle. They're just surging forward, driven by that offensive line. They may have a first down. I believe they do. They've got a 10-yard gain with a big push by the offensive line.
Well, we got a guy down.
Fort Stockton has, that's Carl Rojetto, I believe, down. So we'll be back in a moment. We've got a man down. We'll be back after this.
The Water Factory, located at 1005 North Butts in Fort Stockton, is your answer to premium drinking water and ice. For all your home or office cooler needs in Fort Stockton, it's the Water Factory. They have bottle and bulk delivery of purified water, and they even offer custom labeling for small bottles. They've been your water conditioning professionals since 1985. Call the Water Factory today, 336-6434, or go by 1005 North Butts. That's the Water Factory, Fort Stockton. If you're needing personal attention to your medical needs, visit Salceda Urgent Care and Family Medicine in Fort Stockton at 703 North Main. They can help with life's little urgencies that cannot wait for an appointment. They provide urgent care, hormone optimization for men and women, vitamin supplements, family medicine, chronic care for all ages, including cholesterol treatment, blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid optimization, and treat many other conditions. Call for appointments 360-3029. Walk-ins are welcome at 703 North Main.
Are you sick and tired of inflation driving up the price on virtually everything? At CTG Express Oil Change, we have mastered the art of inflation-proof, lightning-fast oil changes. We tell inflation to take a hike with our happy hour discounts every weekday, 11 to 1 p.m., and our service appreciation discounts for local teachers, military, first responders, and correctional officers. We're fast, too, saving you time and money. And remember, at CTG Express, we are the best for the most dependable place to get your state inspection. Come save with us at CTG Express in Fort Stockton.
Contessa Ready Mix is now open and ready to serve all your concrete needs. They also offer general construction, precast, material hauling, and sand and gravel. They're located at 2270 Gonzales Loop. For more information, call 432-290-4947. Contessa Ready Mix, owned and operated by Colby Terraces, serving Fort Stockton and the surrounding area.
All right, Darren, we're back. We've got a 1st and 10 for the Pecos Eagles with 13 seconds left on the first half clock, and it's 14-13 Pecos. We saw them just a moment ago hand it off to the running back, and, man, the offensive line pushed and they got the first down.
It was their middle linebacker ran a quarterback sneak up the middle, and they're not going to snap it, so that's the end of the half.
Okay, that will do it. As, by the way, Carl Rojetto did walk off with a little help, but it looked like he was okay. He was walking under his own power. But we have got halftime now in Pecos, and Pecos has the lead thanks to 3 Fort Stockton turnovers. We were driving for the score on each of those possessions when we turned the ball over with a fumble after a catch, and then 2 interceptions by the Panthers.
Well, it is, penalties and turnovers, and I tell you, 2 or 3 penalties, but we've had 5 or 6 and 3 turnovers. It was a really poor half for the Panthers, but just down by 1.
Yeah, we're down by 1, and it's obvious to me Fort Stockton has the better team here tonight, but the scoreboard is not reflecting that at the moment.
But we do get the ball to start the second half, and maybe we'll clean some things up.
All right, we'll be back at halftime after these words.
Are your insurance rates too high? At Fort Stockton Insurance, you're not stuck. We can shop within our own carriers to find the best deals. Do you know that we do more than property and auto? We do life, commercial, farm, and specialty insurance. Do you want to run on the field with the Baylor Bears? Have an aerolite plane or a vintage vehicle? We insure all of that. Need a bond or commercial insurance? We can help you there too. This is Pam at Fort Stockton Insurance. We're located at 901 West Dickinson, or give us a call at 336-8565.
This is Dr. Gabe Zamora, Superintendent of Fort Stockton ISD. At FSISD, we know that success begins with showing up every day. Be present and be prepared. I want to thank our parents, families, and community for supporting not just our athletes and performers, but every student and the dedicated educators who work tirelessly to help them succeed. Let's continue working together to ensure our students thrive in school and in life. Together, let's make this another great year for Fort Stockton.
Ram Country of Fort Stockton has a full-time service department. For all your vehicle needs, visit Ram Country 2603 West Dickinson. Same-day service available on most vehicles. This includes service on Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler vehicles. They also have a state-of-the-art tire alignment machine. Ram Country has the top service technicians in the area, so no matter the make or model of your vehicle, they can get you back out on the road safely. Call 432-360-1055 to schedule an appointment today.
When you need supplies in the oil field, the choice is clear. Choose Triple G Supply and Services in Fort Stockton. They have all the oil field supplies you need, including general oil field supplies, PVC pipe and fittings, hydraulic hoses, generators, safety equipment, household supplies, and much more. They also have roustabout services available. Triple G Supply and Services is right here in Fort Stockton at the west end of Dickinson at 1048 Crockett Avenue. Delivery is available to your location. Call 336-8284 Triple G Supply and Services. Doctors Josh Pass, Brian Cherry, and Hewlin Pass are optometrists serving the West Texas area. Visit West Texas Eye Care at 605 North Main in Fort Stockton or 611 South Oak in Pecos. They offer complete and thorough eye examinations for the whole family, including therapeutic optometry, eyeglasses, contact lenses, laser surgery consultation, and screenings for macular degeneration and diabetes with an in-office lab. Call to make an appointment today in Fort Stockton at 336-3662 or in Pecos 445-3662. West Texas Cinema is open in Fort Stockton next to the Convention Center at 2181 West Interstate 10, showing the newest movies with a movie premiere once a month. Shows are Fridays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 4 p.m., and Sundays at 7 and 9 p.m., with admission prices just $10 for adults and $8 for children 12 and under. Plus, they have a full range of fresh concessions, discounts for veterans, first responders, and medical staff with ID. West Texas Cinema, local and family owned and operated at 2181 West I-10. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram at West Texas Cinema.
Pepito's Cafe, which is known far and wide for its great food, is now offering something new that you'll love. Fresh, hand-cut steaks, never frozen and cooked to perfection. Yes, Pepito's now offers delicious and juicy ribeye steaks, New York strips, and filet mignons, and they're fabulous. They've added these to their wide variety of Mexican and American food. Pepito's is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. with breakfast served all day long and with a drive-through window. Look for an expansion coming soon, which will add even more services to their great customers. For orders to go, call 432-336-2882.
All right, we're back here with the Pride of Pantherland Band. They're getting ready for their show here tonight. And they really did a great job last week. They sounded fantastic for the second game of the year. And Darren, we've got a score right here of 14-13. The Pecos Eagles are leading the Panthers.
Two big plays.
Yeah. Fort Stockton Pride of Pantherland Band presents their 2025 contest show, Breaking Darkness, featuring flute soloist Valeria Palacios, Sergio Gaitan, Zoe Alvarez, Tobias Stevenson, and Bethany Kincaid. Drum majors are Abril Guadian, Giselle Solis, and Gabby Peña. Well, it is hot tonight, Darren, so Pride of Pantherland not wearing their uniforms tonight, but they look really sharp and sound great.
They sound great, and yeah, I kind of got a casual look going.
Yep. Got a big crowd from Fort Stockton on the other side. The wind is really blowing here in Pecos tonight. You can hear it over the microphone.
We saw a flute go between the goalposts. You know you can't swing them around like that in this wind. They'll just take off on you.
Might have been a piccolo.
Might have. yeah, I think you're right.
Man, there's a Barry sax out there. I'd hate to be marching with that thing.
Barry, Fred, whatever. Where's the Barry sax?
Right over here on the left, on the right side.
Oh, wow, that's big.
Baritone saxophone.
Ah.
Sounded like the theme from Enchanted there for a moment, but I don't think it was. Alan Minkin.
Pantherland Band members of the week are.
All right, the Pride of Pantherland band members of the week are junior flutist Valeria Palacios, senior clarinetist Mia Arroyo, senior bass clarinet Xander Gomez, freshman alto sax Raquel Jimenez, freshman trumpet Timothy Murphy, freshman trombone player Matias Palomino, freshman tuba Angel Bernal, freshman front ensemble Ileana Rodriguez, sophomore drumline Mia Padilla, senior color guard Adam Martinez, and senior pit crew Ajay Archuleta, AJ perhaps, maybe it's AJ Archuleta, and sophomore drum major Giselle Solis. And the section of the week is the trumpets.
The trumpets.
Yes. And the Fort Stockton Pride of Pantherland Band is under the direction of Dr. Ken McSpirit, Scott Kennedy, Dwight Dodd, and David Conger. High school principal is Sammy Solis, superintendent of schools Dr. Gabriel Zamora. And the Fort Stockton High School Pride of Pantherland Band would like to thank its dedicated band parents and administration for their support. And they will compete next Saturday the 20th in the Comanche Springs Marching Festival in Fort Stockton. And that contest begins at 5:30 p.m. Everyone invited to attend and cheer on the Pride of Pantherland as they compete in their first contest of the year. Special thanks to Amistad Motors for their generous contributions and continued support of the Pride of Pantherland Band. So, great job tonight by the Pride of Pantherland, Aaron.
Really was. I probably should have played Gone with the Wind. That would have been an appropriate
for tonight.
That mic is really trying to blow away out there.
Okay, it is 14-13 at halftime. The Pecos Eagles leading. We'll be back in a moment.
Ready to refresh, renew, and radiate? At RA Radiance Med Spa, we're here to help you look and feel your best. From glowing skin with hydrofacial and classic facials to smoother texture with microneedling and dermaplaning, your skin transformation starts here. Boost your wellness with IV hydration, vitamin injections, and our medical weight loss program featuring semaglutide and tirzepatide. Plus, don't miss our CareVive scalp treatments with trusted Botox care. And great news, we're now open Monday through Friday. Call us today at 432-360-0248 or visit raradiancemedspa.com.
Airlawn Furniture is Fort Stockton's newest destination for furniture, appliances, mattresses, electronics, and more. They've been serving Pecos for over 30 years and look forward to doing the same for the lovely people of Fort Stockton. Enjoy free local delivery and installation, monthly specials, lease-to-own options with no credit needed. Visit them in-store at 1206 West Dickinson next to Lowe's or call 432-299-1181 or online at airlawnfurniture.com. Make the quality choice, Panther and Prowler fans. Choose Airlawn. Se habla español.
Always a good time at Joe's Place Cantina, located in historic downtown behind the Community Theater at 216 West 1st. Joe's Place offers specialty cocktails, cold beer on tap, tacos, tortas, and more, served in 3 different areas, including a covered patio and backyard bars, while listening and dancing to a wide variety of music or watching the big game. Also karaoke nights on Thursdays. Joe's Place open Wednesdays from 8 to 12 and Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 1, with family time and happy hour only from 6 to 8 p.m. Be sure to look at their Facebook page for upcoming events and information. When it comes to reliable internet, BBT brings its A game. Whether you're streaming the big game, working from home, or coaching your kids through homework, BBT keeps you connected. BBT is committed to delivering dependable internet, local support, and quality service, all built for Fort Stockton. Join the home team. Stay connected with BBT. Visit bigbend.com or call 800-592-4781. BBT, internet built for Fort Stockton. Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, now in their new location at 2709 West Dickinson, offers a new and unique $5 club. A low monthly membership includes so many advantages on repairing your vehicle, like a 25% discount on the posted shop hourly rate, a 12-month or 12,000-mile warranty on parts and labor on most repairs, and many services for just $5 and other services for free. Check out the $5 club today at www.pay5dollars.com at Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, 2709 West Dickinson. Panther football is brought to you on KFST by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Cassia Ledesma State Farm, the Steakhouse Restaurant, the First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance, Hernandez Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place and Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Also by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture and Appliance, and by BBT.
All right, we're back at halftime. The Pecos Band is about to perform. They went to state last year, so it should be a really good thing to listen to. Well, Darren, Fort Stockton had 7 first downs in the first half. Pecos had 2. We ran the ball 18 times for 88 yards, 1 fumble and 1 lost, and that was after a reception. Pecos, 15 out of 20 passing. 15 rushes for 20 yards, okay, with no fumbles and none lost. So we outgained them on the ground 88-20. And Fort Stockton, well, let's see, I'll have to tally this. This is one thing I failed to do, is the passing yardage for the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, we looked at the game, and I think, part of this, I thought this game would be close at halftime. I thought Pecos would play with a lot of emotion, and Fort Stockton's really helped with the penalties and turnovers. But I think Pecos played a pretty solid game defensively. 2 big plays were the difference in which should be a shutout. Pecos returns and intercepts at 95 yards for a touchdown, and then they run a screen pass where that really fooled us, and that's really all of their yardage on 2 plays.
Yeah, we were 7 out of 15 passing for 53 yards and 2 interceptions, okay, because we did have the 1 fumble. So let's see, about 141 yards of total offense for the Panthers tonight. Pecos with 104 because they were 4 out of 8 passing for 84 yards and no interceptions. And again, 65 of those yards came on the screen pass for a touchdown.
Well, it is, and like I said, I think their longest running play was the last play when they ran a quarterback sneak for about 11 yards. Other than that, I tell you, we have really bottled them up.
Well, we had 6 returns for 191 yards. Pecos had 3 returns for 102 yards.
Well, that one interception, you get 95 yards on one returned interception. That's a lot.
We had 1 punt for 47 yards. Pecos 2 punts, averaging 30 yards. We had 5 penalties for 50 yards, and Pecos 4 penalties for 45 yards. Now the 2 touchdowns by Fort Stockton, it was Sotelo with a 95-yard kickoff return. I'm talking about Nicky Sotelo, a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. The extra point for 2 failed. And then in the second quarter, about midway through, we had a 3-yard run by Jerry Diaz. The extra point for 1 was good by Diego Ramos. And at that point, the score was 13-7. But then, with 3 minutes left in the second, Pecos returns it, 95 yards, an interception. The extra point was good, and they lead it 14-13. That's the difference.
Well, you look at it, and they're 2 first downs. Third and long screen pass. They caught us, and just the perfect defense executed it right. That's 1 first down. The other one, we're playing to end the game, and they push out a quarterback sneak 10 yards. So our defense has played outstanding. Really has.
Yeah, they've played well. They really have. And 1 screen pass is what got by us for a TD. So, and the other problems are turnovers and penalties for Fort Stockton tonight.
Yeah, I don't think Pecos can score on offense if we'll just take care of the ball.
Right. We'll be back in just a moment. Tacos OJ in Fort Stockton is famous for its fabulous authentic Mexican food and is now offering breakfast every day from 8 a.m. until noon. Yes, not only can you find the most delicious Mexican food in town, but you can also now have either a Mexican or American breakfast at Tacos OJ, served from 8 a.m. until noon daily. Tacos OJ, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. They offer a full menu of great Mexican and American food. Tacos OJ, now serving breakfast, 1305 North Main. They also have a drive-through window for takeout orders. Call 336-3066.
Your health matters. At Cactus Health Services, we believe quality health care should be accessible to everyone. That's why we offer a sliding fee program, making your visits more affordable based on your income. Whether it's a checkup, managing a condition, or preventative care, we're here for you. Call us today at 432-336-8110 to learn more, or visit us at 700 North Main Street in Fort Stockton, because your health should always come first. Cactus Health Services, caring for our community one patient at a time.
Porky's Ice House in Fort Stockton is the place to get your drinks and snacks in Fort Stockton, with 2 convenient drive-through lanes open 7 days a week for teas, lemonades, and fountain drinks with added flavors upon request and much more. Go by Porky's Ice House, and remember, happy hour is each day from 4 to 6 p.m. with all drinks any size for just $1. They also make popular Clamato, Squirt, Topo Chico, and Jerky Preparados that are delicious, along with nachos. Porky's Ice House, 1401 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. The Water Factory, located at 1005 North Butts in Fort Stockton, is your answer to premium drinking water and ice. For all your home or office cooler needs in Fort Stockton, it's the Water Factory. They have bottle and bulk delivery of purified water, and they even offer custom labeling for small bottles. They've been your water conditioning professionals since 1985. Call the Water Factory today, 336-6434, or go by 1005 North Butts. That's the Water Factory, Fort Stockton. If you're needing personal attention to your medical needs, visit Salceda Urgent Care and Family Medicine in Fort Stockton at 703 North Main. They can help with life's little urgencies that cannot wait for an appointment. They provide urgent care, hormone optimization for men and women, vitamin supplements, family medicine, chronic care for all ages, including cholesterol treatment, blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid optimization, and treat many other conditions. Call for appointments 360-3029. Walk-ins are welcome at 703 North Main.
Are you sick and tired of inflation driving up the price on virtually everything? At CTG Express Oil Change, we have mastered the art of inflation-proof, lightning-fast oil changes. We tell inflation to take a hike with our happy hour discounts every weekday, 11 to 1 p.m., and our service appreciation discounts for local teachers, military, first responders, and correctional officers. We're fast, too, saving you time and money. And remember, at CTG Express, we are the best for the most dependable place to get your state inspection. Come stay with us at CTG Express in Fort Stockton.
All right, we're back, and we're enjoying the Pecos Band right now. Very, very good sound. And a good job of marching, too. Well, we're going to take a look at some scores. We've got Menard over Rock Springs 68-6. That's a final. Lubbock beat Snyder 48-21. Canepa beat Sanderson 29-6. And we have El Paso Franklin over Monterey at halftime 21-7. We have Lubbock Christian over Stamford 24-21, second quarter. Abilene Wiley 49, Lubbock Coronado 7 at half. Odessa Compass 27, Reagan County nothing at halftime. Lubbock Trinity Christian 35, Denver City nothing, third quarter. We have Bushland and Midland Christian tied 14-14 at half. Ozona leading Brady 24-20, first quarter. Lake Travis 42, Midland Legacy 7 at halftime. Mason 29, Coleman 9, halftime. Comanche 28, Eastland 14 at halftime. San Angelo Grape Creek 14, Bangs 11, third quarter. Brownwood 20, Glen Rose nothing, third quarter. We have Slayton over New Deal 21-7, third quarter. Friendship 47, Wichita Falls Legacy 6, halftime. Clyde and Shallowater 14-14 at half. Lakeview 26, Lamesa 14, second quarter. Plainview over Hereford 28-14, first quarter. Seminole 41, Sweetwater 7 at halftime. And we've got Canadian over Dumas 34-14. What a team Canadian has. And Littlefield 21, Abernathy 7, third quarter. Plains and Lockney tied at 14. New Home 13, Muleshoe 6 at half. Post 27, Seagraves 3, third quarter. And it is Dalhart 21, Panhandle 14 at halftime. We have Canyon Randall 13, Perryton 7 at half. Idalou 26, Levelland 13, third quarter. Canyon West Plains 35, Lubbock Estacado 20 at half. Amarillo Paladuro 28, Canyon nothing at halftime. Big Spring 21, Borger 6, third quarter. Tahoka 34, Colorado City 6, third quarter. And we have Lubbock Roosevelt 47, Brownfield 32, that's a final. Haskell 2-0 over Abilene TLCA, that's a final. Permian over Abilene High 21-7 at halftime. We have Abilene Cooper 21, San Angelo Central 10, third quarter. Hawley 30, Merkel 13 at halftime. Ballinger 13, San Angelo TLCA 6, third quarter. It is Ira Ann 28, Crane 14 at halftime. Stanton 33, Forsan 14 at the half. Cahoma 28, Kermit nothing at half. And we have Clint 21, Riverside nothing, first quarter. Eastwood 14, Odessa nothing, second quarter. El Paso Bowie and Fabens tied at 14 in the first quarter. Cisco 12, Breckenridge 7, third quarter. Graham 35, Whitesboro 7, third quarter. Albany 48, Seymour nothing, third quarter. Christoval 31, McCamey 6 at the half. El Dorado 14, Sonora 6, third quarter. And right here it's Pecos leading Fort Stockton at halftime 14-13. Jowl is leading Van Horn 28-0. El Paso Isleta 6, San Elisario nothing. Amarillo 17, Midland 7, third quarter. Wall 17, Jim Ned nothing at half. Greenwood 42, Andrews nothing at halftime. Lubbock Cooper Liberty 56, Monaghan 7 at halftime. Pampa 14, Caprock 7 at halftime. Anson 40, Dublin nothing at halftime. Johnson City 21, Miles 6 at the half. Ingram Moore 22, Comfort 14 at half. Amarillo Tascosa and Lubbock Cooper tied 14-14. Whit Harrell 52, O'Donnell 2, second quarter. Early and Junction tied at 14 at halftime. Wink 44, Alpine nothing, and the third quarter. Westbrook 36, Rankin 28, second quarter. And Grand Falls 16, Buena Vista nothing in the first quarter. Sands over Garden City 22-8, second quarter. And Benjamin 44, Borden County 26 in the second quarter.
Wow, Benjamin.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back in a moment. We've got the return of the teams to the field and the kickoff of the third quarter coming up.
Contessa Ready Mix is now open and ready to serve all your concrete needs. They also offer general construction, precast, material hauling, and sand and gravel. They're located at 2270 Gonzales Loop. For more information, call 432-290-4947. Contessa Ready Mix, owned and operated by Colby Terraces, serving Fort Stockton and the surrounding area.
Are your insurance rates too high? At Fort Stockton Insurance, you're not stuck. We can shop within our own carriers to find the best deals. Do you know that we do more than property and auto? We do life, commercial, farm, and specialty insurance. Do you want to run on the field with the Baylor Bears? Have an Aerolite plane or a vintage vehicle? We insure all of that. Need a bond or commercial insurance? We can help you there too. This is Pam at Fort Stockton Insurance. We're located at 901 West Dickinson, or give us a call at 336-8565.
This is Coach DJ Howell, Athletic Director and Head Football Coach at Fort Stockton ISD. On the field and in the classroom, success doesn't happen by accident. It starts with showing up, giving your best, and being prepared every single day. I want to recognize our parents, families, and community for always being in our corner. And a special thanks to the teachers and staff who put in the hard work that makes winning possible for our kids. Let's keep the momentum going and make this school year one to remember for every student, every team, and all of Fort Stockton.
Ram Country in Fort Stockton presents Warranty Forever, a warranty like no other, now covering every new Ram purchase from Fort Stockton's exclusive Ram dealer. No mileage limit, no year limit. Your new Ram is protected forever at no extra charge. Plus, Ram Country's Warranty Forever has no deductible and all parts and labor are covered. Log on to ramcountryfortstockton.com to shop online anytime. Then hurry to Ram Country and get your Warranty Forever at no extra charge.
When you need supplies in the oil field, the choice is clear. Choose Triple G Supply and Services in Fort Stockton. They have all the oil field supplies you need, including general oil field supplies, PVC pipe and fittings, hydraulic hoses, generators, safety equipment, household supplies, and much more. They also have roustabout services available. Triple G Supply and Services is right here in Fort Stockton at the west end of Dickinson at 1048 Crockett Avenue. Delivery is available to your location. Call 336-8280 Triple G Supply and Services. Doctors Josh Pass, Brian Cherry, and Hewlin Pass are optometrists serving the West Texas area. Visit West Texas Eye Care at 605 North Main in Fort Stockton or 611 South Oak in Pecos. They offer complete and thorough eye examinations for the whole family, including therapeutic optometry, eyeglasses, contact lenses, laser surgery consultation, and screenings for macular degeneration and diabetes with an in-office lab. Call to make an appointment today in Fort Stockton at 336-3662 or in Pecos 445-3662.
Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges live from Rotary Field in Pecos. Construction all around this campus. And Darren, second half, we trail right now by 1 point, 14-13 at halftime, and it's because of 3 turnovers where we were driving for scores, and that really hurt. And then some penalties. But the main problem right now is turnovers. We got to cut that out.
Well, it is. It seems like we're trailing by more, I guess, because we've been behind nearly the whole game.
Yeah.
But, we, what a great defensive effort. 2 first downs.
Yeah.
One of them, one of them was the last play of the half. That didn't count. But the screen pass definitely fooled us. That was a well-executed play. But our defense has played extremely well. Now our offense needs to pick it up.
Pecos has done really well, fairly well on defense, too. They've only allowed us 88 yards on the ground, 53 through the air. But they've created turnovers against the Panthers, and that has really helped the Pecos cause tonight. Well, there's the kickoff by Pecos, and it sails into the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Well, it is. They have. And, we just I'm not sure. The first one, our receiver caught the ball, had a nice play, but he gets hit from behind.
Yeah.
You really got to tuck that in, but then a bad pass where we're driving in at the 5-yard line. That one really hurt. That one really hurt because that gave them a touchdown and really took away 3 or 7 points. That's a big swing.
All right, first down and 10 for the Panthers as we get the ball first here to start the second half. You can hear from our microphone. I tell you, the wind has even picked up more from the southeast now. And so this is a little bit in our face. It's first and 10 for the Panthers at our own 25-yard line, 2 receivers on each side. Here's the handoff. This goes to Nick Almendares, and he will try to cut it back because there was nowhere to go apparently for him on the right side, and he will lose 2.
Yeah, they're jumping out. Really, they've got their linebackers are playing downhill. They're coming in quickly. I think, I like our passing game. They're staying behind us. I think there's yardage to be made in the passing game, though.
Second down and 12 yards to go as we're backed up to the 23-yard line now. We've got 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. And here's the handoff going to Nick Almendares. And again, had he kept going maybe to the left, he might have gained something, but he tried to cut back run again, and they're reading that very well. That's a loss of another 2 yards. And it's going to be up a 3rd and 14. We'll call it a loss of 1, 3rd and 13 for the Panthers.
Well, it is. Again, they've got a lot of guys, and their secondary is coming up quickly on the running plays and forcing us to cut back into traffic.
Plays to the running back have not been very successful tonight.
No, they haven't.
3rd down and 13. And here is the fake handoff, and now Jerry, they're all over him. So Pecos does a great job on defense there to cause another 3-yard loss. So nothing but losses on that first drive.
Well, they scouted that, and they know get the quarterback. He's either going to run it or throw it. So they had everyone. They ignored the running back that time, and everyone went for Jerry. 4th down and 16, and we're going to be kicking slightly into the wind now, and this is a very stiff wind coming out of the southeast. It's now a little bit more in our face. And here is the high punt. And that's going to be held up by that wind. Takes a great Fort Stockton roll, however. And it will be blown dead around the 41-yard line. Well, a nice punt considering this wind. But tell you, Pecos has pretty good field position. The one good news is, again, they've got one good offensive play all night. 2 first downs is it, and we need to get a stop. We need to force a turnover.
Well,
we're 0-3 on the turnover.
They scored on the screen pass, which was their one really good offensive play, and then they scored on an interception return. So it is first down and 10 Pecos at their own 41-yard line. The quarterback in the shotgun, and I think this is Salgado, is it not?
It is. Yeah,
and so Salgado will take it. And he breaks tackles, and that is probably could have been a touchdown saving tackle there by Fort Stockton, and that's Jordan Ovetta, who stopped Salgado after a gain of about 10.
Yeah, again, we had bottled him up, but we didn't have anyone in contain, and then he just cut it back, and there wasn't anybody there.
First down for Pecos. It's 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the Panther 49-yard line. And they've still got Salgado, I think, at quarterback right now. And it's 1st and 10 at the Panther 49. Here's the handoff, and goes right up the middle in a decent surge by that Pecos offensive line for a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8.
Nice tackle that time by number 64, Daniel Pettis. Small gain. Yeah, they've got their linebacker playing quarterback and their quarterback playing running back, it looks like.
Yeah. 2nd down and 8 now for the Eagles. Here's Salgado in the shotgun. And now he will take it himself around the left side, and that'll be a good tackle by Fort Stockton that time on Salgado. He's a big guy. Number 20 on the tackle for the Panthers, Adrian Ramirez.
We got a flag.
They say no gain on the play.
Well, there's a flag. We got a hold finally on Pecos.
All right, a holding call on the Eagles. That's the first penalty of the second half. And that will back them up to about the 42 maybe?
Well, depending on where that is, yeah, I think you're probably right.
About the 43.
Yep.
All right, so third quarter right now, your BBT scoreboard is Pecos 14, Fort Stockton 13. Both teams are 1-1 coming into this game.
Well, they got their quarterback back in, regular quarterback.
Right. Here's a receiver in motion,
Oh,
and
ball
there's
on
a
the ground.
fumble, and I believe Fort Stockton may have our first turnover of the night. Yes, we do.
Really?
Pecos fumbles it, and Fort Stockton has the first turnover for us tonight.
The quarterback turned around to hand it off, and the running back ran right into him. The ball dropped on the ground. Great job by Fort Stockton to be in there quickly because Pecos dropped down, but we just out-wrestled them for the ball.
Yeah, Darren, and last week, Pecos had 5 turnovers against Levelland. They have obviously concentrated in the first half on taking care of the football, but right there's a miscue.
Well, we're going to have to come up with a better play. Our first down play put us behind the sticks, and it just was downhill from there.
First down and 10, ball at the 39-yard line of Pecos. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. Here's the handoff, and that goes to a different running back. This is number 20, Adrian Ramirez. He's
30.
got it.
Number 30.
Oh, is it 30? That's Jeremiah Gonzalez. That's a gain of 11, and that'll be a first down for the Panthers, the first down for us in the second half.
We're going to try to go quickly here.
First down and 10, ball at the 29-yard line. Here's another handoff to Jeremiah Gonzalez. He's at the 30. Oh, he hurdles a man, and he's down to about the 26-yard line. And I tell you, Pecos hit him out of bounds, and I thought a flag was going to come out for a personal foul, but they did not throw it.
No, they didn't, but really good job to get away from that initial tackler and make some positive yardage.
Second down and 7 now for the Panthers. The ball at the Pecos 26-yard line. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. Jeremiah Gonzalez, the running back. Now he's to the right of Diaz. 2 receivers on the left, slot man on the left as well. And here's the handoff going to Jeremiah, and he will only have a yard down to the 25-yard line. 1 yard for Gonzalez, and it brings up a third and fairly long, 3rd and 6.
Well, they're tough. Their linebacker number 16 that runs a little bit, and 44 on the line. We're not getting them blocked very well right up in the middle, and they're making a lot of plays.
3rd down and 6 now at the 25-yard line. The Panthers close to the red zone. Panthers in the shotgun. Here's the handoff again, and again Jeremiah Gonzalez stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it is 4th and 6.
I'm not really that play is, I don't know, on 3rd and long. That play hasn't worked well enough for me to run it again, I don't think.
And actually they mark him for a yard loss, and it is 4th and 7.
Well, I'm going to Nicky Sotelo. I'm going to find whoever's guarding him, and I'm going to get him the ball where he can make a play on it.
4th down and 7. The ball at the 26-yard line in Pecos territory. Key play right here for the Panthers. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. And here's Jerry, and he's going to pass it complete for a first down. That is a big play to the 18-yard line.
That was Alan Leva, linebacker, I believe, that caught that, number 8. And I thought they were throwing it to Nicky, and they threw it short, but they came underneath him, and what a nice first down.
All right, the Panthers have the first down. That was a 4th down conversion, and it is 1st down and 10, ball at the 18-yard line of the Eagles. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Here's Jerry handing it off once again up the middle. Nothing doing again for the running back, and that might have been Jeremiah again.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, it was, and it's maybe a 1-yard gain for him, but let's see where they spot it. I think they say no gain.
Well, we're going to have to get to the outside quicker. The middle of the Pecos defense is pretty strong.
It really is, and that's just really not worked much tonight at all up the middle.
No, it hadn't.
So 2nd down and 10, ball at the 18-yard line. Shotgun again for Diaz. Here's the fake handoff, and Jerry will take it up the middle this time for a short gain. Now they're beginning to bottle up Jerry Diaz up the middle, and that's about a 2-yard pickup, bring up 3rd and 8.
Well, they're really keeping everyone in tight in the middle, and then when we try to go outside, their safeties and defensive backs are coming up quickly to force us back in. So, this is going to be a long 3rd down again.
Well, it's 3rd and 9 is what the down marker says.
Of course,
5:29 to go. 3rd quarter. Pecos leading 14-13. Pecos shifting on defense. Here's a pass out into the right flat, and that is a gain down to the 10-yard line. We're a little bit short of the first down, but a nice gain on third, and that'll be about, what, about a 6-yard pickup.
It is 6 or 7 yards on that, going to bring up 4th and short.
4th and 2.
But I like that. That's like a long handoff, and since Pecos is bottling up the middle, get it out quick.
That was complete to Cedric Lopez, by the way. Good job there by Cedric. 4th down and 2. Ball at near the 10-yard line.
Ball is right on the 10. I think we're going to call timeout.
We may do so. All right, we've got a timeout on the field. We'll be back in just a moment.
West Texas Cinema shows the latest and best movies in Fort Stockton at Fort Stockton's Movie Theater next to the Convention Center at 2181 West Interstate 10. It's locally owned and family operated with shows every weekend with the freshest concessions. The theater is also available for rent for private conferences and meetings. Call for more information at 432-943-0131. Remember, there's a new movie premiere once a month. Check them out on Facebook or Instagram at West Texas Cinema. Pepito's Cafe in Fort Stockton is known far and wide for its great selection of authentic Mexican food and fabulous American food. They're open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Go by and sample Roy's Big Burger or any selection from the varied menu like tortas, tan pequeñas, shrimp cocktails. And they also have mango margaritas and strawberry margaritas. And they feature drive-through window service with breakfast served all day. And look for an expansion soon to serve their customers even better. Pepito's Cafe, 2014 West Dickinson. Call 336-2882. All right, Darren, we're going to try a field goal of 27 yards here by Diego Ramos on 4th down and 2. And here's the kick by Diego. And I believe he got it. He did. That is a field goal, puts the Panthers on top by 2, 16-14 over the Pecos Eagles. And that is your scoring play brought to you by M&J Trucking. We'll be back in just a moment.
Ready to refresh, renew, and radiate? At RA Radiance Med Spa, we're here to help you look and feel your best. From glowing skin with hydrofacial and classic facials to smoother texture with microneedling and dermaplaning, your skin transformation starts here. Boost your wellness with IV hydration, vitamin injections, and our medical weight loss program featuring semaglutide and tirzepatide. Plus, don't miss our Keravive scalp treatments with trusted Botox care. And great news, we're now open Monday through Friday. Call us today at 432-360-0248 or visit raradiancemedspa.com.
Airlawn Furniture is Fort Stockton's newest destination for furniture, appliances, mattresses, electronics, and more. They've been serving Pecos for over 30 years and look forward to doing the same for the lovely people of Fort Stockton. Enjoy free local delivery and installation, monthly specials, lease-to-own options with no credit needed. Visit them in-store at 1206 West Dickinson next to Lowe's or call 432-299-1181 or online at airlawnfurniture.com. Make the quality choice. Panther and Prowler fans, choose Airlawn. Se habla español.
All right, we're back. Diego Ramos now 2 for 2 on the season from field goal range, and he scores one right there and puts the Panthers ahead. That kick is going to go out of bounds, and that will be a penalty on the Panthers. That's a 15-yarder.
You know, Diego, I think he could kick at college. We've seen him kick it out of the end zone. He's very good on his extra points and field goals. I think he has potential.
Well, he had a 27-yard field goal right there to put the Panthers ahead, 16-14 over the Eagles. And the critical thing right now is get the lead. And we did right there on a pretty nice drive. We had a 4th and 2 and decided to go for the field goal. And, Darren, we're leading now 16-14. That's your BBT score. 30-yard line, the line of scrimmage for the Pecos Eagles after the penalty marked off against the Panthers for kicking the ball out of bounds. It's 1st and 10 Pecos. The regular quarterback for them, Garcia, is back in there.
No,
it's not. It's Salgado. I'm sorry. And Salgado will surge forward for only a yard. And that is a real nice defensive play on that big quarterback for Pecos, Salgado. They have rotated Salgado and Garcia in and out at quarterback.
He is. He's a big guy, but we got some pretty big guys up front, and they did a nice job of meeting him right there at the line of scrimmage. He didn't pick up much at all.
No gain on the play is what they're saying. Well, maybe got half yard. All right, 2nd and 9. Here's the quarterback in the shotgun again, Salgado. He's going to take it again. And the Panthers, first one to hit him was Alan Leyva. and he gained a couple that time.
You know, Alan Leyva was out injured last year, and he's been playing a little on offense at some fullback, doing some blocking. He's a tough football player.
3rd down and 7 for the Eagles. We bring in a couple of subs on defense.
Good to see number 63, Carl Rojetto, back out there.
Carl Rojetto, yeah. He was injured in the first half, but is back out there. It's 3rd down and 7 now for the Pecos Eagles. Wishbone formation with the quarterback up under center. And Salgado pitches it back, and the Panthers play it pretty well, but there's a big surge, again, of that offensive line trying to push the running back forward. And he does gain about 3 yards, but it will set up a 4th and about 3.
Well, they did a nice job of once they started pushing, then we ended up pushing him backwards. So really stopped it and set up a big 4th down.
They like to get the entire offensive line in there to push their running back forward. They've done it a couple of times tonight.
Looks like they may be going for it here.
Maybe. It's 4th and 3. The ball is at the 37-yard line in Pecos territory, and if they fail here, this would be great benefit for Fort Stockton. Here they come in the wishbone again. Salgado at quarterback. And they're going to try to draw us off sides. Long snap count. Trying to draw us off, and there's a timeout by Pecos. So it looks like they'll punt now. We'll be back in just a moment.
Always a good time at Joe's Place Cantina, located in historic downtown behind the Community Theater at 216 West 1st. Joe's Place offers specialty cocktails, cold beer on tap, tacos, tortas, and more, served in 3 different areas, including a covered patio and backyard bars, while listening and dancing to a wide variety of music or watching the big game. Also karaoke nights on Thursdays. Joe's Place open Wednesdays from 8 to 12 and Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 1, with family time and happy hour only from 6 to 8 p.m. Be sure to look at their Facebook page for upcoming events and information.
All right, we're back. It's a 4th and 3 for the Pecos Eagles. Just a moment ago, they tried to draw us off sides. We did not bite on that. And now they're going to go for it. It's a wishbone formation for the Eagles. Salgado under center at quarterback, and he will try to surge forward. The offensive line is pushing him forward, and it is very close. He may have it. That is Salgado, and it depends on the spot. But I think that they're going to give it to him. Yes, they are.
Yeah, we need to, I tell you, we're going to have to get a little bit lower and try to submarine that.
So they came back and went for it again. I thought they would punt, but they didn't.
No, I was afraid that they looked like we're going to go for it anyway, and they did.
1st down and 10, and they've gotten a couple of first downs on this drive. Or is it just one? I guess just one. Yeah. 1st and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. Wishbone again. Here's the pitch back coming to the other side, and Fort Stockton makes a good open field tackle. That's Adrian Ramirez after a gain of about 4. And that was, a play that could have gotten by our defense, but Ramirez made a good open field tackle.
I think this is Pecos' game plan. They're going to run it, go for it on 4th down and short, and try to just push forward. They saw something at the end of the half where we can make some yardage.
2nd down and 6 now for the Eagles. Wishbone again. Here's the pitch back again for Pecos. We try to penetrate, and amazingly, that running back gets out of there. It is Hayden Martinez for a gain of another 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 2. So the wishbone getting some yards for Pecos right here.
Yeah, I expect the quarterback this time to keep it. And we need to probably try to go low and see if we can just stack that up and stop the pile.
3rd down and 2 for the Eagles at their own 49-yard line. Wishbone again with Salgado at quarterback. He's going to keep it. And he's got it again. I mean, Salgado is getting that push from behind by his offensive line. That's another 4 yards and a Pecos 1st down.
Yeah, I think that's going to be their game plan from here on out. Of course, that may be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Looks like they're going to walk off.
Okay, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more Panther football. Our score 16-14. The Panthers leading. That's your BBT score. We'll be back.
When it comes to reliable internet, BBT brings its A game. Whether you're streaming the big game, working from home, or coaching your kids through homework, BBT keeps you connected.
BBT is committed to delivering dependable internet, local support, and quality service, all built for Fort Stockton. Join the home team. Stay connected with BBT. Visit bigbend.com or call 800-592-4781. BBT, internet built for Fort Stockton.
Alamo Tire and Auto Repair at 2709 West Dickinson now offers the $5 Club. If you can't afford to pay oil field prices, they've created the $5 Club, which allows average families to access affordable vehicle maintenance and repairs. Besides the deeply discounted rates and many no-charge services, the biggest value is a 25% discount on the posted shop labor rate. Call 432-242-7092.
Well, we're back. We've got a 1st and 10 for the Pecos Eagles after 3 consecutive 4-yard gains. They have gained 1, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4 in their last several running plays. 1st and 10, wishbone formation again for Pecos with Salgado at quarterback. And he will fake it, and now he'll be back to throw. It is complete. Out in the right flat to number 2 for the Eagles, and that's Alaric Dominguez. And that's a nice gain, close to first down yardage, about 8 yards picked up on the passing play. That is the first pass they've thrown in the second half.
It is, and a kind of a fake on the wishbone, and guy was able to get out. He made a pretty good pass that time.
Wind still blowing pretty heavily here at Pecos out of the southeast. 2nd and 2. The ball is inside the 40 at the 39. Wishbone again for Salgado. He fumbles. I mean, he doesn't fumble, but he stumbles backward for a loss of about 3 yards. And that was, I believe, maybe his center stepped on his foot, and he lost his footing and fell down and lost 3.
Well, it is, and they were doing exactly what they wanted. They were getting down to that 3rd and 3 or 4 and running it up the middle and everyone shoving. This is going to be a little bit of a tester now at 3rd and 5.
Well, this could be really a passing situation here for Pecos. I would look for a pass in the flat, but we'll see. 3rd down and 6. The quarterback will hand it off, and the Panthers will stop it right there for a loss of a yard. Really good defense by the Panther defense there. It's a great play.
Well, and I don't think I think they will punt it. I don't think there's any way they can shove the pile 6 yards. So I expect Pecos to punt, try to play some defense here.
Loss of a yard there. It's 4th down and a long 6 here for Pecos. And they're in Panther territory at the 43. But I think they're here tonight to win, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they're going for it here, obviously, with a wishbone. Let's see what happens here with Salgado. He's going to be rolling out to pass, and he has got an incomplete pass. Panthers jumped up to try to catch it, but it will be an incompletion, and the Panthers will get it on downs at the 43-yard line, 1st and 10, Fort Stockton. What a great play again defensively for Fort Stockton. The Panther defense has stood up strong here tonight.
Really was. I thought number 15, Angel Mendoza, did a nice job of containing the quarterback, not allowing him to roll out, maybe pick up some run-pass option stuff, and just I think he interrupted that play.
So that drive comes to an end, and that was a long drive.
Well, we need a touchdown on this drive to put it away.
That was 11 plays on that drive, Darren. 1st and 10 for the Panthers with 2 receivers on each side. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. We lead it 16-14 over Pecos on the strength of a field goal by Diego Ramos a little while ago. And that is about a 3-yard gain by Nick Almendares. Set up 2nd and 7. That was up the middle.
That was. Well, number 44 has left the game, and so is number 16. So I think those are the main 2 guys up the middle, and both of them are out right now.
Well, 16, of course, is Omar Salgado.
He's also their inside linebacker that's played really well on both sides of the ball.
2nd down and 7. They're going to blitz, and that is a bad handoff. And
we lost it.
Did we lose it?
Yeah, no, we didn't lose it, but the ball went right through his hands, and nobody ever was able to come up with it.
Well,
and that's a tough break because now we've got 3rd and very long.
That is a -4 on the play, and we've now got 3rd and 11. This is a big play, but You know, we're now what? We're in the fourth quarter now. Is that right?
Well, we've been a little sloppy with the ball. We've had a couple of mishandles, 3 turnovers, and missed a couple of snaps.
All right, 3rd and 11. It would seem to be a passing situation. Here's Jerry Diaz back to throw, and now he's going to take off. And here's Jerry trying to break enough tackles to get the first down, and he does not have it. He is going to be short by about 3 yards, but he's got 8 yards on that carry.
I thought they blew the whistle a little bit early that time because we had guys coming to shove him forward, and they blew the whistle a little bit early because they cost us 2 or 3 yards.
Well, that's a gain of 9 actually for Jerry, and it's 4th and 2. Are we going for it? We've got 8:13 left in the game, and we've got a 2-point lead. We make substitutions. We may wind up calling a timeout.
We're going to punt this.
Are we going to punt? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's 4th down and 2, and Diego Ramos is in to punt the football. So Pecos has a return man standing just inside the 10-yard line. All right, Diego Ramos on 4th and 2 is to punt with a bit of a wind behind him. It's a low snap. We've got whistles, stoppage of play. And let's see what's going on here.
Oh, you know what? Come on. Delay of game when the clock's not working. I don't like that.
All right. Delay of game on the Panthers. Wow.
Well.
Okay.
You know, I don't like it. The clock's not working, and they substituted late.
4th down and 7. Diego will try the punt again, and it's a better snap this time. Oh, it's partially blocked.
It hit the back of our guy.
Okay, and Pecos is going to wind up with great field position at the 40-yard line, a punt of only about 14 yards.
Well, you know, I tell you, yeah, it hit the up back, right? It hit Nick Almendaris in the back. And so
that's a tough break.
Yeah, a 5-yard penalty, then terrible punt.
Well, we were looking for field position there and looking to have some great defensive stands deep in their territory, but that's not the way it is now after the punt hits one of our players, and a short punt of only 14 yards. It's 1st and 10 Pecos at their own 40-yard line.
And they're talking to the officials, said, hey, that hit Fort Stockton. I think they may move it back across. I'm not sure. I think it may be down where it hit our guy. We'll see. I guess not.
No. All right. 1st down and 10, ball at the 40. Pecos in the shotgun formation. This is Garcia now, the quarterback. And he is rolling out to his left, and that's, I believe, an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Number
2 tried to come up with the catch right at the boundary, but was not able to pull it in.
So it's 2nd and 10 now for Pecos. That stops the clock with 7:24 to go in the ball game.
Well, I think if our defense can get one more stop, we can get out of here with a win.
2nd down and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. Pecos has that slot man on the left side, 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. High snap. Quarterback is going to be hit after a short gain of about 3 yards. So it will bring up a 3rd down and 7 for Pecos, and I think they did well just to get those 3 yards because very high snap to the quarterback.
Yeah, they're really good nose guard or defensive tackle number 44. Has been kind of hobbling around on the sideline, so he's played a great game in the middle for Pecos defense.
3rd down and 7. The Eagles have 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Now they put the slot man to the other side, to the right. They put a receiver in motion, and here's the handoff, and that's, what a nice tackle from behind. Coming up from behind him was Angel Mendoza to save a huge 1st down play.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to get loose and just was really able to dive and take his feet out from under him. And Pecos is going to line up. This is, again, 4th and 4.
Yeah.
They can't risk it here. It's a one-possession game, so I think they're going to play a little field position. But watch out for Nicky.
And this punt will be slightly into the wind here with this crosswind, but I think it's coming a little bit more out of the southeast. And we've got a guy coming off at the last moment.
We call timeout.
Timeout on the field. We'll be back with more Panther football. The Panthers lead 16-14. That's your BBT score. Buck's Lube Center is located at 310 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. They feature quick oil changes, multi-point vehicle checks, inspection stickers, and fuel filters for all vehicles, specializing in mobile oil but with Motorcraft also in stock. Buck's Lube Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Remember, for reasonable prices and great service, it's Buck's Lube Center, 310 West Dickinson, Fort Stockton. They hope to serve you on every oil change.
Do you know where you can get a great lunch special for a very affordable price? At Bienvenido's Mexican food restaurant, of course. Their lunch special is served Monday through Friday during lunchtime. Monday is the grilled chicken salad. Tuesday is the taco plate. Wednesday, it's Bienvenido's nachos. Thursday, it's the hamburger basket. And Friday, it's the enchilada plate. You can come by Monday through Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. for a delicious Mexican-style breakfast. Bienvenido's open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 405 West Dickinson.
All right, here's the punt, and it is a long punt by Pecos, but it does go out of bounds around the 20. Well, it's going to be inside the 25, they say, to the 23. I don't know about that.
Pretty good punt, and we need a few first downs here.
37-yard punt by the Eagles, and that will set up Fort Stockton at the 23-yard line with a 2-point lead with 6:01 to go. The Panthers are on top 16-14. That's your BBT scoreboard.
Well, we've cleaned up the penalties and the turnovers here, but still, again, a bad snap or dropping the ball really hurt us on that last
Would
drive.
you find some wood to knock on, please? First and 10, Panthers, 2 receivers on each side. And here's the fake handoff. Jerry Diaz will keep it up the middle to about the 27-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 4. And there's a flag coming in, and the official even adds his hat to it. He throws his hat off.
Yeah, I think there was some maybe extracurricular down the field. I'm not sure what happened.
I think so, too. I don't know.
I see someone talking with Nicky Sotelo on one side.
Oh, man.
Let's see what the call is.
Dead ball foul, personal foul against Pecos, and a dead ball foul, personal foul, Fort Stockton.
So they'll offset.
They will offset.
I think Nicky was blocking downfield, and the play just kept going, and the official threw the flag on one player and then the next. So the play will count. And
no, it will not.
Yeah, it's a dead ball foul.
Oh, that's right. It's a dead ball.
So, so not bad. It's going to be second down and, 6?
Second down
7?
and 6, yes. 4 yards picked up on that play on the offsetting fouls. 2 receivers on each side. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. Tried to draw them off sides, almost did so. They were stunting on defense.
Pecos is really trying to fill the gaps on the run game.
Oh, yeah. Here's the handoff. And just nothing doing for, is that Nick Almendares? No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's Jeremiah Gonzalez.
The problem is they're showing.
We lost a yard.
They're showing run blitz, and we're running right
absolutely.
into it.
Yeah.
And, they know we want to run the clock and pick up a first down, so they're just going to try to stop the run and make us throw it.
That's a loss of a yard by Jeremiah Gonzalez. It's now 3rd and 7. And we need a big play here. And, of course, if we pass the ball, if it's incomplete, it stops the clock. But I think you got to have something like that to get a first down.
Oh, yeah, we need to throw the ball. We need to work on our passing game.
3rd and 7, and here's Diaz looking to throw, and he almost got sacked. But here is a running play by Jerry. He keeps it out to the 32-yard line, short of the first down.
He's going to be short by about by a yard.
By
maybe.
a yard, yeah.
I think we'll go for it here, and
I don't know.
I think we'll go. It's less than a yard, so I believe we're going to go for it here.
Well,
and
that would be the winning combination, you would think. If you can get the first down, you can run some clock. We've got a 2-point lead, 16-14. 4th down and a yard for the Panthers. 2 receivers on each side. We're going for it at our own 33. Here's the handoff, and Jerry Diaz will have the first down. And it's he's got 5 yards on that carry, a Panther first down. And, Darren, that's only, I believe, the 3rd first down of the second half for the Panthers. But both teams have played pretty well defensively.
Jerry's still down.
Oh, my. That is not good. There's a timeout on the play. We'll be back with more Panther football in a moment.
Amistad Motors in Fort Stockton specializes in the sales and service of new and pre-owned vehicles. They deal in sport utility vehicles, cars, convertibles, sedans, wagons, and minivans. The dealership service department caters to the basic service needs of vehicles and stocks genuine parts and accessories. They also have a finance department that offers assistance with payment calculations and a variety of financing and leasing options. Amistad Motors, located at 2110 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton.
This is Dakota Livesay for the Pecos County State Bank. In West Texas, integrity is a way of life. We stand by our friends. We are true to our word. Easy or hard, we do the right thing. At Pecos County State Bank, you will find honest, hardworking, friendly people you can trust. You will find integrity. A West Texas institution since 1928. The Pecos County State Bank, all the bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
All right, it is a 1st and 10. Jerry Diaz just went out on his own power. In fact, he jogged. He kind of jogged off the field. He looks like he's just fine, but a scary moment after he gained 4 yards for a first down on a 4th down conversion here late in the game, and we're running clock.
It is, and Pecos only has 2 timeouts left.
And here's everybody in tight for the Panthers. And that is Pecos getting penetration on the quarterback. He's going to be sacked. And that is a really nice play by Pecos. Now, who was the quarterback on that
That
play?
was Nick.
Was it Nick? I
Nick
thought it
was taking that in the Wildcat.
Yeah,
and
okay.
so Jerry is going to come back on the field. And, again, we're going to try to run clock. Pecos has 2 timeouts remaining. I think if they get a stop here, they will probably use their first.
It is a loss of 2. It's 2nd and 12 for the Panthers. 2 receivers on the right side, 2 on the left. Single running back with Jerry Diaz back in at quarterback. Here's Jerry. He pump fakes. Now he's going to go deep downfield, and it is caught. And let's see if they're going to call it a completed pass. I think they are.
No, he's saying
No?
it's out of bounds.
Well, I thought the far side receiver, the far side ref called it incomplete.
That was really close. Nice catch by Angel Lujan, trying to drag his feet and keep him in. I couldn't tell if he had him in or not, but the official coming up the field, of course, the one furthest from the play is the one that said he was out of bounds. The other ones looked like he said he was in.
3rd down and 12 for the Panthers. That does stop the clock with 2:46 to go.
I'd run it again. I mean, they got 2 timeouts. I mean, I'd throw the ball. Throw the ball down the field.
Jerry Diaz in the shotgun formation with 2 receivers on each side. Here's Jerry. He's going to, it's a pass, and it's incomplete.
Wow.
Intended for Jaden Sotelo. The pass was right where it needed to be.
Well, it was. He had a chance at catching that and making a first down because he was running across the field, hit him in the hands, but could not hang on.
Okay, so it is 2:41 left in our game. Either a field goal or a touchdown wins it for Pecos. Right now we got a 2-point lead of 16-14. That's your BBT score. And here is Diego Ramos. He's going to kick it downfield. Pecos will angle away from it, and that just takes a nice Fort Stockton roll down to the 14-yard line.
Really a nice job by Diego. No return.
51-yarder on the punt with no return.
Yeah, use the wind, kick it where the wind's kind of pushing it out. And, Pecos has not been a big play team tonight.
And how important is Diego Ramos to this team, huh?
Yeah, extra point, field goal, punting.
Yeah, really does a good job.
He even gets yardage when he punts it into our own player. He still gets a 14-yard punt.
Yeah.
Well, 2.5 minutes left, and Pecos is pinned deep.
All right, this is a big stand here by the Panther defense. It's 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 14. High snap, and the quarterback keeps it. That's Garcia. He is stopped immediately, maybe 2 yards on the play.
And he's really slow to get up. He got hit hard. I think he may have to leave the game.
2nd down and 8 for the Eagles at the 16-yard line. Garcia is the quarterback for the Eagles. They've got their slot man on the right side, 2 receivers on each side. And what is going on with that receiver jumping over the line of scrimmage way before? Yeah. And I guess that's a delay of, is it going to be a delay of game or a timeout? Timeout by the Pecos Eagles. We'll be back in just a moment.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, finances, insurance? Then let State Farm Automobile Insurance Company help you simplify and get to a better state. Because I, Kessie Ledesma, your local State Farm agent, can handle your auto, home, and life insurance, so you'll have more time for everything else. Call me today at 432-336-8575 and get to a better state with State Farm.
The Steakhouse Restaurant announces the addition of a very affordable express lunch, served Monday through Friday from 11 to 2, priced at only $7.99. It's fast and affordable with perfect portions. The lunch choices include 2 cheese enchiladas with rice and beans, 2 beef tacos with rice and beans, 2 chicken flautas with rice and beans, half a quesadilla, beef or chicken with rice and beans, a chicken breast with long green chili, rice and cucumber salad, or a half chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and cucumber salad. Come by, sample the express lunch at the Steakhouse, 1100 West Dickinson.
2nd and 8 for the Pecos Eagles. Quarterback Garcia rolls out to his left, and he's going to be sacked. Number 55 for the Panthers, Roy Marquez, gets in there for a sack and a loss of at least 5, maybe 6 yards.
Another timeout.
It's a loss of 5. We'll be back with more Panther football in a moment.
The First National Bank of Fort Stockton offers rock-solid banking services with a friendly staff and offers extended lobby hours. They're a full-service bank, and it's locally owned and operated, and they appreciate your business. First National Bank of Fort Stockton also operates Brave National Bank in Iraan. The First National Bank is proud to support the Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams in all their competition and say, "Go Panthers and Prowlers." The friendly First National Bank of Fort Stockton, 1000 West Dickinson, member FDIC. Sawyer Insurance Agency has 4 locations in West Texas to serve you, including 706 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton and 1502 South Stockton Avenue in Monahans, with offices in Midland and Lubbock. They offer the most complete line of commercial and personal insurance, from workers' comp, general liability, business and personal auto, commercial property, equipment, oil and gas, farm and ranch, and home insurance. Contact Clyde, Nathan, or Travis Sawyer today by calling 336-7543 or 943-9600. Here's the screen pass again, and they break a tackle, but then another speedy Panther gets him from behind on probably a first down saving tackle.
There's a penalty flag. I don't know what this is going to be, but tell you really, we were reading screen pass.
Was it Nicky Sotelo who came up from behind to make that tackle?
I think it was.
I think it might have been.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the penalty is, but we did a nice job. They called that screen pass again, and this time we played it perfectly.
Played it well. Okay, let's see what this is about. They're waving off the flag. No flag.
I think maybe they were going to call a lineman downfield, but since the pass was behind the line of scrimmage, your lineman can get downfield, and they need to run the clock, Yeah. He needs to start the clock.
So that is a gain of about 4 yards, maybe, on the screen pass. It is now 4th and 10, and Pecos is going for it, and they're going for everything right here. Are they out of timeouts? Maybe one left. It's 4th and 10, and a shotgun for Garcia and the Eagles. Now I think they may have put Salgado in at quarterback. They've got a timeout being called by Fort Stockton here. Timeout on 3rd and 10. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hernandez Sanitation in Fort Stockton proudly serves a large portion of West Texas with sanitation services, including the oil field for portable toilets, holding tanks, septic tank service, grease trap service, or large roll-off trash containers. Contact Hernandez Sanitation today by calling owner and operator Joe Angel Hernandez at 432-336-3803. Hernandez Sanitation, a proud member of the Fort Stockton community, always supporting all the athletic and extracurricular activities in Fort Stockton schools.
Your dreams are what power our community. When it comes to buying a home, starting a business, or tools to help with everyday money management, Citibank is a proud community leader for your financial needs. From personal checking and lending solutions to mobile banking and a suite of business services, our goal is to help you achieve yours. Citibank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Country Real Estate is your top real estate agency in the Trans-Pecos, serving Pecos, Reeves, Ward, Terrell, Brewster, and Presidio counties. You'll find fabulous listings for West Texas homes, ranches, commercial property, and hunting land, serving all surrounding area towns and communities. Visit their website today at ucre-wtx.com to view their listings. Also ask them about property management, located at 1032 North Highway 285 in Fort Stockton, also with an office in Pecos. Call United Country today at 432-336-1111. Well, Darren, the only score of the second half has been a 27-yard field goal by Diego Ramos. And it's given Fort Stockton a 2-point lead with only 1:09 left, and it is 4th and 10 for the Pecos Eagles.
Well, it is. One thing I do think both defenses have played well.
Yes.
Fort Stockton really, the turnovers killed us. One is it took points off the board and it gave Pecos one of their scores.
That's true.
And so I think easily this game could be 23-7.
Yeah.
I think would be probably a reasonable score.
4th down and 10 for Pecos, and this is it for Pecos. If they don't make it here, we can run out the clock. I think Pecos may have one timeout left. I think we've used all of ours. There's Pecos back to throw, and we can't get to the quarterback. He throws it downfield. It's intercepted.
Yeah, Nicky intercepted it.
No, I believe it was Jaden Sotelo. Was it not?
I think it's 23, Nicky Sotelo.
Maybe. But, had he dropped that ball, we would have gained about 15 more yards.
And that was right at the sticks. The quarterback threw it right to the line to gain, and I'll tell you, really a nice job. I believe that's Nicky Sotelo with the
Maybe it's either Nicky or Jaden, but nevertheless, that's a great play.
Well, it is, and I think
it doesn't matter whether we, lose 16 yards by intercepting it. That was a 4th down play.
No, pad your stats, Nicky.
Nah, doesn't matter.
Pad your stats. Get the interception.
Absolutely.
Let's close this, and now I think we take a knee twice and go home with a win.
Absolutely. This is it.
Good job by Coach Payanis. I thought he had a good game plan.
I think both coaches did a great job tonight. Yep.
Yeah, we're in the victory formation. We got one guy way back.
All the players certainly, this was a hard-fought game. You knew that both teams wanted this one badly.
Well, exactly. So
1st and 10. Here is the shotgun snap. Cherry Diaz will take a knee. And Pecos, I don't believe they're going to call a timeout. No, maybe they did. They did.
Oh, come on.
All right, we'll be back in a moment with more Panther football.
Attention Fort Stockton, the deal you've been waiting for is here at K-Bob's Steakhouse. It's the 2 for $20 special. Pick your starter. How about the famous chips and queso or crispy fried pickles? Then pair it with an entree like the savory Philly sandwich, southern catfish platter, or juicy chicken strips. Every entree comes with a side, baked potato, golden fries, or fresh green beans, all for $20. Hurry into K-Bob's Steakhouse in Fort Stockton for the deal that's big on flavor but easy on your wallet. See y'all soon.
Heritage Funeral Home in Fort Stockton is here to serve you and your family in times of need. Remember, not only is everybody somebody in Fort Stockton, Texas, but everybody is treated like family at Heritage Funeral Home. When they receive your loved one into their care, you can be sure that they will honor your family's heritage. Call Heritage Funeral Home at 432-336-3939 or go by 301 North Main Street and allow them to help you pre-plan your or your family's final farewell.
All right, we snap the ball. Jerry Diaz takes another knee. And now we've got under a minute to go in the ball game. It's 3rd down and long, 3rd down and about 22 after Jerry's been in the shotgun to take the knee and loses some yardage for us. But nevertheless, we're going to wind up with the win here tonight. And I think the referees are probably saying, okay, this is how much time we have left on the play clock because play clocks have not worked all night. All right, now that should do it. We're inside the 35 seconds. So that's the last time the Panthers have to snap the ball. And the Panthers are going to walk away tonight with a well-deserved 16-14 win. I think the turnovers in the first half obviously were the story, taking away at least 2, maybe 3 scores from us and giving Pecos a score. So, a 16-14 win, I'll take it.
Yeah, I knew this would be a tough game, an emotional game, and I think Pecos had a good game plan, came ready to play, and they've got some good players. And I tell you,
they're much more well coached. It looks like
they're well coached. They did a nice job, and we were a little sloppy on offense, but our defense was solid, and it's a big win.
All right, your final BBT score, 16-14 Panthers. We'll be back, and we'll have some stats for you. We'll be back in a moment.
Need a quick, efficient oil change? M&J Fast Lube at 116 West Dickinson is here to serve you. Martine and Julia Ibarra invite you to stop by. They have great service, and they offer auto oil and lube services with the top major oil brands and vehicle washing and cleaning. Or you can get your vehicle completely detailed. It'll look like you just bought it. That's M&J Fast Lube, 116 West Dickinson, supporting Panther and Prowler Sports. Go Blue! M&J Trucking in Fort Stockton is proud to be a sponsor of Panther and Prowler Sports. M&J Trucking offers 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week service. Call today for information at 336-8866. M&J Trucking, located at 3300 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. Proud supporters of the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. Julie's Easy Press Cleaners is ready to serve you with all your laundry cleaning needs. From drop-off to pickup, you'll enjoy not having to do the washing, drying, or pressing. It's done for you. Whether it's a party, office meeting, or lunch with friends, show up dressed for success, because at Julie's Easy Press, they know that when you look good, you feel good. Julie's Easy Press, 1101 Front Street. Call 336-6601. Weiss Tire is now Weiss Tire Pros, the same trusted family-owned business you know and love. They're thrilled to continue serving Fort Stockton and West Texas like they have for over 35 years now. Weiss Tire Pros is your one-stop shop for the best deals on tires and fast automotive services. No matter what you drive or where you've driven, they have a tire to fit your needs. Visit the store today at 701 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. Weiss Tire Pros. Love the drive.
The trusted name in Fort Stockton and the surrounding area for construction projects of all kinds is Jones Leasing Incorporated, owned and operated by Ross Jones since 1994 for construction jobs, including remodeling projects and roofing, including hail damage, maintenance and repair, painting, and much more. It's Jones Leasing, a fully insured local company with offices at the Hodges Building in Fort Stockton across from City Hall. Call Ross Jones today for a free estimate at 432-290-7171. Designer Carpets and Interiors has become known in Fort Stockton as the remodeling experts. They will be glad to put together a free estimate on just about any remodeling project, always keeping in mind your budget. They also can help with ideas and designs for your project to upgrade your home and add to its value. They also have all types of the latest and most modern flooring, including carpet, tile, hardwood, laminates, custom cabinetry, countertops, and much more. Call Designer Carpets and Interiors today at 336-6591. Permian Basin Abstract Company has the experts ready to help everyone with their real estate closings at 600 West Dickinson. With locations in Andrews, Seminole, Pecos, and Fort Stockton, they have complete real estate records, including every record filed in Pecos, Reeves, Loving, Gaines, and Andrews counties, along with mineral records. They welcome landmen and surveyors for research. Great customer service is their number one goal at Permian Basin Abstract. Open Monday through Friday and during the lunch hour from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. At the corner of Dickinson and the Monahans Highway in Fort Stockton, call 336-3301. Have you tried the delicious Jalisco-style Mexican food at the Guadalajara Mexican Grill recently? Their food and service is fast and top-notch. Plus, they're now offering some additions to their huge menu, including the carnitas plate and the fantastic molcajete with beef, chicken, and shrimp. They also now have delicious chicken wings spiced with mango, habanero, buffalo, or barbecue. Top it off with your favorite adult beverages and drinks and desserts. They also have daily specials, and you can dine in or call in orders at 336-6600. The Guadalajara Mexican Grill, 200 East 19th on the Imperial Highway.
Well, we're back at the end of the game. The Fort Stockton Panthers win this one tonight over Pecos. A close game, as we thought it might be, but 16-14. It was probably closer than it needed to be because of some Panther turnovers in the first half. But the Panthers do get the win, 16-14. The only score in the second quarter was that field goal by Diego Ramos, which gave the Panthers the win tonight. It was a 27-yard field goal. And the Panthers got a 16-14 lead at that point and held it the rest of the first half and held Pecos scoreless in the second half. All right, the stats. The Panthers, and by the way, the Panthers improved to 2-1 on the season. Pecos drops to 1-2. The Panthers with 10 first downs, Pecos with just 5. This was a very defensive game. The Panthers 37 rushes for 124 yards tonight, 1 fumble and 1 lost, and that was after a pass reception. Pecos 31 rushes for only 53 yards, 1 fumble and 1 lost. So that's less than 2 yards a carry. And remember, Pecos had over 400 yards of rushing against Snyder, I believe. So the Panthers, 8 out of 18 passing for 62 yards with 2 interceptions, and Pecos 6 out of 13 for 96 yards with no interceptions. So total yardage, 186 for the Panthers, and Pecos with 149. We had 6 returns for 191 yards, 1 of them for a touchdown by Nicky Sotelo, and 3 returns for 102 yards for Pecos. They had a 95-yard interception return. We had 5 punts, averaging 30.2 yards. Pecos had 3 punts, averaging 32.3. We had 8 penalties tonight for 70 yards. Pecos 5 penalties for 55 yards. Now the scoring for the Panthers, it was Nicky Sotelo with a 95-yard kickoff return to start the scoring. The PAT for 2 failed. With 6:35 in the second quarter, it was a 3-yard run by Jerry Diaz for a touchdown, and the extra point was good. The Panthers led at that point 13-7. But in the second quarter, with 3 minutes left, a 95-yard interception return by Pecos gave them the lead of 14-13. Then in the third quarter, it was Diego Ramos kicking a 27-yard field goal to give the Panthers a 2-point lead, 16-14, and that is the final here tonight. 16-14, the Panthers win over the Pecos Eagles. And congratulations to our Panthers and our coaches. They win tonight and go to 2-1. On the season. Next week, it's the Crane Golden Cranes, and they're playing well, and that'll be our homecoming game next week. All right, this is Ken Ripley. Darren Hodges has already left the booth, so thanks to Darren for helping. Also, thanks to Sam Warren for running our camera tonight, and that's our final. 16-14, Fort Stockton wins it. Now stay tuned for the West Texas High School Scoreboard Show coming up. You've been listening to Fort Stockton High School Panther football on KFST, AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and on KFST's YouTube page. Panther football has been brought to you by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Cassia Ledesma State Farm Insurance, The Steakhouse Restaurant, The First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance, Hernandez Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place and Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Panther football has also been brought to you by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Sauceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance and Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture and Appliance, and by BBT. Thanks for tuning in for Panther Football.